a more energetic opening than I think I was prepared for. That was incredible. Thank you, Jimothy, for bringing us in like an absolute stallion. Welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you all. Yeah, I have missed you. It has been a little bit since our last session. That was an excellent recap. Anybody get up to anything fun in the meantime whilst we've been waiting for Wayfarers to reconvene? Or are we all just stuck at home, reading all books, prepping for our D&D sessions?
Playing video games, yeah. I mean, honestly, I was just saying before we started, I've been using my dice here, all of me D20s and whatnot, for magic counters rather than for bloody D&D, and it's disappointing. I've been missing hanging out with you guys, so it's good to be back on the Wayfarers train.
Absolutely. Well, we'll fix that tonight. Trust me, you'll need those dice. Or will you? It depends. How many puzzles is the DM going to throw at their hapless players tonight? We'll have to wait and see. But welcome back, everyone.
Couldn't I just firebolt it?
You know, I'm going to make a puzzle one time where there is going to be like a legitimate path to a solution, but also if you firebolt it 500 times, it will also work. It'll be somewhere. It won't be next session. It won't be the one after that.
Now I'm actually having nightmares about us running into Dungeon Wordle, and you've got like 3 of the letters, but then you've tried 500 different possibilities, and you're just like there's so many words it could be. Can I just set it on fire, please? Because that really is honestly like my problem solving. I think through all of our campaign, the most I've contributed is try to set it on fire and repeat the same actions mundanely over and over again and try to draw some sort of tangential connection. I am the worst problem solver, so please just let us fight things. Please, Mr. DM.
No, I gotta throw in some puzzles every now and again, because I gotta make people look a little silly, you know, when I can. I don't know though. You guys have done pretty good with the puzzles so far. I haven't thrown that many puzzles at you. I mean, would you consider that like house investigation? Was that like a puzzle, or did that not count?
No, that was a house.
Okay. All right. I'm just checking. I want to see where the line is.
Nice point and click adventure. You know, it felt a little misty. It was good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Well, very cool. Who has that gem, by the way? That's Mendax, right? Okay. And you guys took the sword box as well. I believe you have that too. Okay.
Yes.
Cool. Anything else before we get started? Any questions on our previous session? We dealt with Call, I believe, first time going unconscious. It's only happened twice in our campaign now so far. Mendax beat you to it the first time very early on in Arc 1 when you guys were in the spider caves. And then now Call finally has been brought low. I finally found an enemy that can deal a significant amount of damage to Call.
Well, it was a pretty dirty move. He jumped out of the shadows, or maybe it was a box, and then put a poison in me. So, bit of foul play, if I may say so myself. He did end up dying, so it came at a heavy price. And I'm fine now. Just a bit scuffed.
I remember giving you that magic item that stabilizes you when you're unconscious, which is pretty powerful. Very early on, because I'm like, man, these guys don't have a healer. Call is just gonna go. He's gonna go unconscious every other session. This is gonna be a nightmare. He's gonna need some way to reliably get back up into the fight. Nope. Look at this guy flexing on me 5 or 36 sessions of D&D, and you've just now gone down for the first time. I've been pulling my punches too hard. I have to make this stuff a bit more difficult for you guys, it seems.
Yes, well...
I don't even think I've killed Nigel yet.
Well, I do want to give a special shout out to one of the amazing viewers who gave us a nice YouTube comment on episode 3, season 1, who said, did you know that you can take half damage from slashing, stabbing, and bludgeoning blows as a Birdbarian? And yes, I did figure that out in season 2.
Season 2 is where everyone has started to come into their own and really utilize those level 1 abilities that you guys have been holding off on. So very proud of you all.
It only took our DM to create an entire campaign episode for each of us.
Okay, this is what your class does, guys. Remember on the first page? Hey, listen, whatever I gotta do to get you guys to play, I'm happy with it. Well, welcome back, everyone. It is episode 6 of the best D&D campaign on Twitch.television. And I'm excited for today's session. Why don't we just jump straight away into it? Jimothy did such a fantastic job recapping the episode. I don't feel like we need to really do anything else. Mendax, you went into this... What?
I also learned how to speak wind.
No. Moving on.
No, he
Mendax,
did. That did happen. We were all there.
No, he did not. There is no wind
100%.
language. Nope.
I listened to him while he did the Rosetta Stone.
You don't know how to speak wind? There
He did
is no language.
Duolingo the whole time.
Then how would I know how to say...
You didn't say anything.
No, you can't
didn't
say that
anything.
on Twitch. That's against TOS.
Oh, sorry.
It's not against TOS. It's
It is?
literally not even words. No, it's not. It's not. You know this. Call knows this. I'm the god of this campaign, and I will put my foot down. There is no wind
Ooh,
language.
That was a bit rude. That one was a bit rude.
Can we move on? Are we done with this little bit that we're doing here? There's no wind language. I don't know why this makes me so mad, but there's not.
Well, we looked at my character sheet and I can speak the language of the wind elemental plane.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
Can you? No, you can't.
Look. Let's go to the languages. What can
I am
Cal
looking.
speak? I can speak
Common.
and Orin.
What is...
I can speak Orin and Infernal.
Okay, Infernal. What is this language you've picked?
Oh my god, this is legit. This is real.
Turns out Carl can speak wind. Orin was the language of the elemental plane of air.
You can speak... How do you have... I don't think... you added this. You've done something. How the fuck do you have this language?
You thought I was just bullshitting you that I can speak wind.
There is no wind language. When the wind blows, that's not a language. You're correct in that there is an elemental plane of air and that they do have their own language, but it is not speaking wind. Can we come to an agreement on this?
What should I say
like
then?
when they speak?
I don't know what Orin sounds like, Pig. I don't know.
Orin was a breathy, relaxed language.
Listen. I will go as far as to make it seem and sound like you can speak wind, but you have the full knowledge that the wind does not tell you anything because it is not alive. And you cannot speak to the wind either. You can speak to air elementals. It's not the same thing.
I won't fight God on this one, but I may speak wind quietly to myself sometimes.
You can try to. You can. I won't stop you from trying to BS other people, but I'm just letting you know. As a point in this campaign, you do not speak wind.
But I speak Orin.
Apparently, why you speak Orin, I have no idea. In what way this would be advantageous for you, I have no clue. But yes, apparently it is on your character sheet, and I have never seemingly looked at it until now.
I've seen him bite a golem before and eat it, and sometimes he has a spiky tail he stabs things with. So I'm okay with it. I feel like it makes sense.
I just wanted to clear all that up.
I'm glad. It was really weighing on me from our last session that we didn't have that cleared up. So
I have another important question as well, actually, that I need clearing up. This one's from Mendax. So, Mendax, you now have a sneaky prick. Literally, a new weapon that you got in the last episode. So are you using a rapier and that? Or what are your main weapons that you're using now that you've got this sneaky
What's the weapon
prick?
combo?
Yes, it's mostly been my rapier and a sneaky prick. So I've been dual wielding.
Those two.
Okay.
Well, that one's in the offhand and the rapier's in the main hand.
Because it was just like a dagger before, right? So we've kind of put the dagger away and we're using the magical dagger, which is the sneaky prick is,
Yeah, the sneaky prick is it looks like an old rusty dagger, but it's pretty badass, so.
Right, you got that from the puzzle room before this area. You guys went off to the other one. Right, and it did some shadowy stuff that you don't actually really know what it does, do you?
I identified it.
That's right, you did.
Yeah, while Ribbons was praying, I was like, oh, I'm totally praying with you, yeah.
Yes.
And I was actually just casting an identification spell, so it does extra damage for sneak attacks.
That's right. That's why I switched to it. It's a sneaky little prick.
Good stuff, Mendax. Make sure you write that down. I was testing you. You failed.
Shit! I've never been much for tests or school or memory
I definitely have
or
that
item identification. I'm only really good at understanding whether or not someone can speak wind.
Perfect. Any other questions that we need to get out of the way? No? Okay, Mendax, you got something slimy upon your back. You walked into this room. You went up to this chest. You inspected it, I think. It sounds like something Mendax would do. Looking for traps.
At least one of us inspected it.
Yeah. You determined, it's safe. And I believe you started to open it and something sklorped from the ceiling. It's rather heavy. And it is like attached itself to your back in a way. You can't
like
see it.
What the fuck? Is it all the way through? I'm just going to take my cloak off real quick because I have a cloak on. So I'm just going to...
Okay, give
Shimmy
me
out.
Give me a dexterity save.
Oh, let's go. 18 plus 7.
Yeah, okay, so you very quickly are able to, almost as it's hitting you, in like one fluid motion, you just rip up the cloak off of your back. Your danger sense kicking in. Whatever this thing is falls to the ground behind you, and your cloak sort of drapes over top of it, so you can't see exactly what this is. It is probably about, we'll say maybe 3 feet high, and it's sort of round. It's almost like an orb, but there is movement. It's kind of shifting beneath your cloak a little bit, almost like it's writhing a little bit, if you will.
Gross.
What do you do?
I think I'm going to stab it through my cloak.
You're going to stab it through the cloak. You're going to stab this cute puppy that I had fall on your back through your cloak.
How was a puppy on the ceiling? And you said slimy. No puppies are slimy.
Maybe this one is.
It's not a slimy puppy. You're lying.
Well, you never know. Go ahead and blindly stab it. You do not need to roll for an attack. Just give me a damage roll. No sneak.
Okay. So 1d8.
Are you stabbing to kill this thing? Let me clarify the stab here. Sorry. Are you like, die, vile creature, or are you like, what is this kind of poke?
And if it's on the back, I'd like to understand, is it like through the armpit, or like, what are we?
Oh no, I already took the cloak off.
She took the cloak off, and this thing is falling off of her back.
So it's still in the cloak. Oh, I thought it was still on your back.
It's on the ground, and the cloak has sort of fallen over top of this. It's almost rolled itself a little bit in this cloak. Burritoed, if you will.
Okay, then, yeah, I'm not like a kill stab, because honestly, I don't really want blood on my cloak at this point.
Okay.
It's a bit singed, so it is going to be like, a decently hard poke, but not trying to kill it.
All right. Just give me your base weapon damage. No modifiers, no additions.
Okay, so 1d8. Let's go.
Yeah.
3.
Okay. You kind of jab whatever this presumably living thing is, and you hear sort of like a, I don't know, almost, what is the best way to describe this? Almost like kind of wet, like, I'm doing my absolute best to describe this in a way that is just not going to make you...
ASMR time, mate.
Would it be like...
Kind of. But you almost hear a voice underneath it. Ah! Not quite. Kind of just like a, oh. but it's almost like somebody poured wet jam on the ground.
Oh, that's... Hello?
Okay, do you guys do anything else? You say hello. I'm going to give everyone else a chance to...
Okay.
I'd like to
Cloak.
step backwards, if possible, and I'm going to try and mage hand to pick the cloak up. So I'm going to conjure a spectral hand, basically, that can do simple tasks, and it's just going to try and pick up the cloak and lift it straight up in the air.
I would like to get my scythe at the ready to chop this slime if need be.
Okay. Almost in like a combined attack, like you open the door and I will rush them sort of situation. Pig, you use your mage hand, you pick the cloak off almost like a wet napkin off of the ground. It had, whatever this thing is, the poke has sort of made it ooze a little bit and seep into the cloak slightly. So you pick this up and it sort of drapes up a little bit. Call, you're standing at the ready with your scythe, ready to slice into whatever foul creature stands before you. And indeed, it is like a slime. It's like an ooze in a way. It is semi-transparent. It's like a light teal color. And you can see that there are, as with other slimes you have fought in the past, it kind of just collects things as it moves along. There are some kind of fragments of bones in this slime, and you can also see some like armor pieces, like random sort of like a breastplate and like a helmet as well. There's a skull in there. There's all sorts of stuff. What do you want to do, Call? Or yeah, you're kind of readied your action, Call. So it's on you.
It's not moving or anything? Like
It's kind of like woogling just in its spot, but it's not like lurching towards anybody.
Hello there, oh woogling person. Can you speak?
What language are you speaking to it, Call?
I can tell your patience has already been tested by the knowledge that I can speak wind. I would just speak in common.
That's fair. It seems to respond to you a little bit, as if it can understand what you're saying. And you see it almost like shimmers in a way, like it ripples a bit. And you see it starting to kind of take form. The armor breastplate is being sort of brought up. The helmet is being sort of moved to the top position. There's some metal boots, different types, two different types of shoes. One of them made of cloth and the other one made of some form of like chainmail. That's like moving towards the bottom. And it has like some random sort of cloths for its wrist straps. And it actually takes like a tiny little humanoid form. All of this armor is mismatched. It's not doesn't go together at all. The breastplate is way too big for it, but it stands at about 3 feet tall or so. The skull that's in it goes to where the head was, and there's sort of this helmet over top of the slime's head as well. And it says, "Greetings."
Whoa. You can speak. Hello. My name is Carl the Kenku, the birdbarian biggest and thickest of birds. And these are my compatriots, Mendax and Nigel. We are known as the Wayfarers. Who are you?
And it will, there's like part of its slime body is almost trying to reach up to the cloak. Almost to like, it just tries to assimilate whatever armor is near it or clothes are near it to like form a complete outfit, if you will. Nigel, what do you do? Are you gonna like move it away? Or are you gonna drop it? What do you want to do with the cloak?
Yeah, I'm just gonna... So is it reaching up towards it?
It's like part of its back, the slime is like kind of oozing upwards.
Oh,
like almost
right.
like a magnet. It's not like going,
Yeah.
let me take my hand and grab it. It's just like part of its back is trying to grab it.
All right, yeah, I'll just drop it. I'll just drop it, get rid of my mage hand.
Okay. As you do that, it sort of almost catches it, and it just sort of slowly puts it into place. You see the cloak clasps come around the front. It doesn't remain clasped, as you can see. It's almost inside of its body a little bit. And it's kind of standing there almost ragdollish, like it doesn't really know how to properly have like a regular humanoid form, where its like wrists are completely limp and its arms are kind of going in the wrong directions at time. Whenever it talks or is animated, it's very sort of grandiose, like it just throws back its hands and moves around. He'll say, "My name is Slorp Glorpson, and it's fantastic to meet you."
Hello, Slorp Glorpson.
What are fellow humans like you doing here?
Well, we represent a village that's pretty far from here, and their food stores were stolen by the bandits who occupy this cave. We came here to reclaim it and serve justice to them. Do you live here?
That's cool.
Do you live here?
Slorp Glorpson travels the world in search of treasures and riches.
Oh. I can see you have quite a few treasures there already, with that armor. What brought you to this cave in particular?
I'm not sure.
Why were you on the ceiling?
Oh, that's where I was. You're very smart for an adventurer. Say, what kind of items do you have? Do you want to do a trade?
Let me see. What do I have?
I have a book you might be interested in. It is, of course, Earthworms and Where to Find Them, Volume 1.
It's sort of it's not facing you, right? It's facing Call as the sort of when it appeared. That's the direction, right? And it's sort of, it's very strange, but it like shifts its entire slime body around to look at you, and then the armor kind of slunks in place afterwards, after he sort of has already turned his facing. And he goes, "Wow! That sounds like a terrible item. I don't want that."
What about...
What, do you have anything else?
What about this? And I have a just random broken gold earring. But I would say it with a lot of theatrics. This!
How far away from you are how far away from it are you?
Maybe 10 feet.
Okay. Are you holding it out for him to take, or are you just going like, "Look"?
To show.
Okay. He will, or it will, its feet will sort of like roll themselves over so that his legs don't actually move, but he kind of just like hovers over to where you are. And it's, you can't tell if there's actually eyes, but like two stalks will come out from where its eyes would normally be, and will sort of look almost like it's inspecting this gold earring that you have. And after a few moments, he will his sort of eye stalks will go back into its body, and he'll be silent for a second. He'll stand still, and he'll say, "Wow, that's incredible,
isn't it? Do you want this?
Yes, I do. What do you want?"
What do you have?
"I have Slorp Glorpson."
You are Slorp Glorpson.
"And that is what I have."
I have called the Kenku Barbarian, but I can't give that to people unless I swear myself to a life debt.
He doesn't seem to say anything or really understand what you mean.
Are you offering to help us?
He doesn't say anything. "I have Slorp Glorpson."
I'd like to examine the inside. So you said there's some bones, some pieces of armor. Are there any weapons?
Give me a D20.
$16.
Yes, there is. Let me. A wand.
Oh,
There's a wand in its body. Almost taking it. You almost missed it on the first pass because it's actually taken the spot of like one of its bones.
ah.
Like kind of, that fill-in sort of thing we were talking about.
Schlorp Glorbson, I'd be interested in that wand.
Do you point? You're pointing
Yeah, I
at
point
it,
at
or?
it. Yeah, Carl, are you happy to trade for that?
Sure. If it'll help you. I don't use wands.
Okay, let me think for a second. He will.
It's very shiny, this ring.
He does want it. He'll kind of toss his hands back again, like in just strange manners. You'll trade Slorp Glorbson for a ring?
Yes.
He's kind of confirming.
Yes.
And he'll say, deal! And he'll, like, sloop out his hand on top of yours and, like, rip the ring from your grasp.
Whoa.
And the wand will just sort of, like, eject itself from his body and hit you in the leg, Nigel.
Thank you.
And then he'll say, Slorp Glorbson away! And he'll, like, pole vault up to the ceiling, almost like his slime body will sort of reach very high and, like, suck onto the ceiling, and he'll start to disappear into the cracks and, like, the holes that exist there. The armor sort of clanking along into whatever opening it can find.
Shit! Did he steal Mendax's cloak?
Yes.
What?
He took the cloak as well.
We should have told him that was already part of the trade and negotiated for more.
Who traded him my cloak?
Slorp, you get down here. That was dirty.
To be fair, I did try to pick the cloak up, and it was slimy is an understatement. I'm not sure you wanted that back. I don't know
I did
what
want
it would.
that back. That was an attuned item. I got extra armor from that.
Not anymore.
You sons of bitches.
I thought it was just a regular cloak. I didn't realize.
No! It was a cloak of protection.
I thought it was. I was like, oh, it's just a cloak. It doesn't matter. I didn't realize it was magical. Oh shit.
Slorp!
Schlorp?
Can he hear us?
We
cannot.
We have more goodies for you. I've got shiny things.
You do not seem to hear, or you don't see any sign of Slorp Glorbson. You see his oozy body sort of, again, dissipating between the cracks, and the armor sort of clunking around. The ceiling where you are is not very, like, solidified. There's some holes and openings in it, and it's sort of just finding and weaving its way through as it can, and eventually it just disappears from sight.
Crap.
F this dungeon, man.
Maybe the wand is really good. Nigel, how's the wand?
I'll examine it, but without being able to cast an identification spell, I don't think I can really tell what it does.
Can't you just shoot a spell with it?
Yes. The same way you could, be in a dungeon and see a dark hole about the size of your arm, and you could stick your arm in it if you wanted to. I don't think it would be a wise decision. I'm going to put it safely in my pack until I can identify it.
Okay. What if you stuck the wand in a dark hole?
No glory wanding it tonight.
Okay.
We're going to play this one safe.
I feel like I've been glory wanded by this whole experience. slime on my back, and then I lose my attuned item.
Well, I thought it was going to attack you or something.
I probably would have had more fun with the glory wanding, for being honest.
What's in the chest, though?
Fucking finding
What
out
is in
now.
the chest?
Okay, I'd like to get back over to the chest and open it up quite grumpily.
Yeah. You open it up, roll a d10.
Okay. That's a d10. 2.
2. You find a... Sorry, hold on. Looking... Where the heck did I put this page? Hold on one second.
I find a cloak of protection,
No, you do not.
folded up neatly, that matches my pants.
Where the heck did I put it? Sorry, I had something written here, but I can no longer find it.
Sorry, I need water 1 second.
He's going to look up the stats of that wand. Bet.
Well, no, he's not looking at it now, so I don't even need it. Yes. Okay. Sorry. Yes, you find a small vial filled with a pink fluid, sitting in almost like a. It's not just like laying on the like inside the chest. It almost has like a little stand that it's popped in.
Nigel called. Do either of you recognize this?
What is it, sorry?
Small vial with pink fluid.
Could I do an alchemy check?
Yeah, sure. Give me.
I have +2 to alchemical identifications. And
Give
I
me a
rolled
roll.
an 8 +2 is 10.
It's some manner of potion that you are not familiar with.
It looks like that's some manner of potion, but I'm not familiar with it.
Well, I really want to open it and smell it, but I'm not going to do that either. Just going to put it in my backpack until we can hopefully identify it.
Could I have
Okay.
it?
No. Can I have my cloak back?
I don't have it. That's Schlorp Globson's.
That's something you have in common with this pink vial, then.
Wow.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
It wasn't my fault. I gave it
I'm
a
blaming everyone.
I gave it an earring.
Yeah, it got 2 things.
I don't know how I did not hear Nigel offering my cloak.
He didn't offer it. He just dropped it.
Oh, he
I
just
said the
dropped
slime
it.
was like reaching. So the way that the slime works is it just assimilates whatever like clothing or
Gotcha.
armor is nearby or inside of its form, and so to look like a quote unquote human. And so it recognized that there was a cloak that was not being worn by anybody, and so its body just naturally was trying to grab it. Schlorp Glorbson probably doesn't even know he has that cloak.
He's a thieving little shit, and I should have stabbed him harder then. I'm going to burn him when we find him again. Just letting you know.
Too bad you'll never see him again.
Oh, I'm going to find him.
Yeah, you're gonna find Schlorp Glorbson,
Yeah,
the D&D character I made up in 30 seconds.
yeah. I'm gonna go way off book here.
You have a...
Fuck these bandits. I don't care if the people starve. Give me my cake back.
Okay, all right. Okay, you find a
I'm
you
going
find
to
a
put it
potion of some sort.
in my backpack until we can figure out what it does.
All right, sounds good. You guys do have a map. I don't know if that's still in your stream software in your OBS, but I know that I gave you guys a map, and it should be in our chat as well, just to try to orient yourself on where you guys are. You are in the. Do you have the map? Let's actually just confirm that first.
I put it on screen.
Okay, fantastic. So you are in the bottom left quadrant. How it sort of spirals down. Again, I really should have put numbers. So there's one room. If you keep going further down the hallway, there's one room. You see that 3x3 room in the bottom left? That's you're in the room that's right above that. That's where the chest is located and where you encountered Mr. Schlorp Glorbson. Yeah. And there is that long hallway that's sort of to the right of where you guys are that goes into a large area. You guys have not explored there yet. And then just again to remind everyone, before all of that, those 8 sort of pillars, those sort of blackened out pillars, those were all statues that you guys originally walked in. That's where the door exploded and you came through and all that fun stuff. Just to remind everybody, I will number the rooms next time because I think that would be helpful.
Shall we continue exploring then if we found this mysterious potion and lost the cape?
Well,
Yeah.
you never know where Schlop Glopson got to.
Yeah. Pulled a fast one, that slime. You know, I've tasted slime before. It's very gooey.
Really?
Yeah. I just
Oh, that's right.
get into it.
That's what would be the basement at the orc
Yeah.
castle, right? With the big jello cube.
Yeah.
Yep.
Gelatinous cube.
It's a bit rough on the digestive system, though.
Well, you might have to do it one more time if we run into this motherfucker again. If he won't give me my cape back.
Poor Schlorp Glorbson, he didn't do anything to you. He just wanted to trade. Cool
First of all, he physically assaulted me.
He didn't hit you.
Physically assaulted me.
He did not.
He did invade her personal space.
He did. He
I'll go as
jumped on
far
my
as to
back.
say he did that. All right. He did do that.
Then
do that.
he slimed all over my cape, and then he stole my cape without my permission, which is, I guess, what stealing means. So that might have been redundant, but he did it anyway.
Fantastic.
Shall we explore this next big room ahead?
Yes. Let's keep going.
Okay. You guys carry on after complaining about a whole bunch of random stuff into the next room. You guys head back down the hallway. You pass by those crates where the assassin jumped out at you, Mr. Call, and stabbed you and caused you to lose consciousness. And you head down the hallway. Any sort of marching order. You guys don't know what's down here. You haven't explored this part yet. Just call in the front kind of deal.
Yes.
Are we going to go to the sandwich, or do you feel comfortable pulling up the rear, Nigel?
I like being inside the sandwich, honestly. Strong and lithe warriors like yourselves on either sides of me, and Ribbons, I guess, can be in the middle of the sandwich with me as well.
Hello.
Ribbons.
Actually,
Good Ribbons is still here.
yes, Ribbons, you can walk in front of me. Goop, you can come behind me. So actually, this way I've got double layer of protection on both sides.
Like the onions.
Precisely.
No.
Layers of defense. The only way a wizard survives for long.
Okay. You head down the hallway. Call. How are you traveling? Are you just running through? You gonna peek? You gonna sneak? What do you want to do?
Kind of like a boom to boom to kenku, 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 bud. You know, kind of just jamming.
Okay. You head down the hallway. You are shuffling and jamming as you move along, and you turn the corner. You enter into a larger room here. Give me a quick perception check.
Perceptive bird. A big 6 plus 5 is 11.
Okay. As you enter the room, you see in the center, in the very center of the room, there is another sort of pedestal. This one is made of stone. It's a very simple sort of just rises up off the ground by about 4 feet or so. And there is a glass encasing over top, and inside you can see there is, it almost looks like a branch, a green branch. It's all green. It's not like it's alive. It's just like stained or dyed or colored that way. Who is behind you? That would be Ribbons. Who's the nearest player? Nigel, give me a perception roll as well as you step into the room.
15. I think I've got a +2 on perception. Let me see. Yeah, 17.
Okay. And then Mendax, give me one as well, just as you're all now filing in, just to get them all out of the way.
You know, this is my absolute best.
Yeah. I just want to know who sees what first. Sometimes when I do... Okay, go ahead.
18 plus 1 again. It's 19. It's the highest perception. I think if you took all of my perceptions from the past 2 sessions, they would maybe equal 18.
I think so.
Mendax, after having the wool pulled over her eyes and her cloak stolen, had her senses sharpened to a keen level she had never reached before.
My cloak was fridged so that I could advance as a character.
Nigel, these perceptions are not necessarily to notice anything like that you wouldn't have already seen. I just sometimes like to have you guys roll them to see who notices what first in a room that you guys have stepped in here. So, Call, you pay particular attention to the most obvious thing in the room, which is this thing in the center, this pedestal, again, a glass sort of encasing on the top, and this green, almost branch-looking thing on the inside. Nigel, you see at the other end of the room, there are 9 levers. 9 levers that looks like you could push up or down on each of them. Kind of think of like, almost old-timey Frankenstein, throw the switch kind of deal, that's what it looks like. There are just 9 of them on the wall. One of them is above the other 8. And Mendax, possibly the most important thing, you look up and you realize there's a gigantic sort of tile of spikes that is the entire area of the room. It takes up the entire area, and they're just hanging in the air.
Don't anything.
Don't what anything?
Don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look up, both of you. This room is a death trap.
Whoa. You think those levers and those spikes are connected somehow?
Oh, I would definitely assume so.
Do you think if we go and take whatever's in that container that it's going to smash us and we die?
Probably.
Do you think it'd be worth it?
I mean, I don't think that they would put this kind of defense around, just anything. There's probably some way to use the levers to raise perhaps the cover off, or to safely bring the ceiling down lower, maybe like slowly. In any case, I would just start going willy-nilly. If we want whatever under that thing, I think we should take a minute and actually investigate the space. For once.
What if Nigel just firebolted it?
What did you say?
What if Nigel just firebolted it?
Are they wooden spikes? Can we see if they're wooden spikes? Can we just burn them?
They're about 10 feet up in the air, and you can see from the distance that you're at that they're definitely metal.
No.
Yeah, I could try to channel a bonfire on the wall next to them for 6 days until it's hot enough to melt them, but it might not be the most efficient way of getting through there.
Are there any safe areas in the room where if we were to pull levers, we wouldn't be smashed?
Assuming that the levers and the spikes are tied, no. The spikes take up, again, it's the entire area of the room. So it's like a square, and at every point, you don't see any spot in the room that would be safe if they were to fall.
any of the mechanism that holds the spikes up? Like, can we confirm that these levers have something to do with it visually?
No.
Nuts.
What configuration are the levers in right now? Are they all down, all up, or what?
They're all down. Towards the ground.
And there's one that's above the other 8, you said.
Yes.
And can you remind me which room we're in on the map?
All the way to the left. If you were to take the path all the way to the left and then all the way down. You're now in the final room on that left quadrant.
The very bottom left, that final one.
The very bottom left, yeah.
Thought so. Okay, cool. Okay. I'm gonna send Ratty just to go and kind of see if he can climb up the wall and just see if there's any clues about how the mechanisms are linked together. And I doubt he'll find anything, but just basically investigate, see if there's a way we can see if there's any attachment between certain levers or the mechanism or chains that are going to be potentially lowering the spikes onto us.
Yeah, that's a great idea. You send him up there, and you see, because you can kind of almost warg into Ratty. You can see that there, it's almost like plates, like grates that are attached, and these spikes are hanging off of those grates. And it all combines in the center onto one focal chain that is going up into the ceiling. It almost looks like it is. It does look like it is to be lowered and raised, but you cannot see exactly what is the cause and what makes that happen.
There's only a singular chain mechanism going down to it. That's all I can see. So there's no clues as to which levers will lower it and which will potentially raise it.
Give me a perception real quick while you're in Ratty.
Okay. 13 plus 2, 15.
Okay, nope.
Maybe I missed it. Is there a door or anything in the room? Like, can we tell what the levers might actually do positively for us? Is there something they could open?
No. There's levers and there's this thing in the center and there's spikes on the ceiling. There's no like door or riddle on the wall or anything like that.
What if the top one opened the container with the branch in it?
Are you guys in the room now, or are you kind of? Is there any of you that are out of the room? How close to the center thing do you guys want to get? Let me ask that question.
I feel like we haven't moved since I pointed out the top.
Yeah, since Mendax pointed it out, we've frozen.
Okay.
So
I think
Mendax,
I was probably just inside the door.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
going to take the lead, Mendax, since you're the best around traps and not setting things off. So, do you want us to go in and investigate, or should we play it carefully?
I mean, we're going to have to try to get this thing because I want it.
Oh, I know how to make people go into dangerous situations, all right.
It really doesn't take much for me. It's just, ooh, something free.
Maybe I die, but that's okay. There's a free thing over there.
It's a free thing. Okay. I'm going to... Can I investigate? I just want to investigate the floor a bit. Look around on the floor. See if I can't...
Okay.
See if there's any trap
See if it's
panels.
like pressure tile or anything like in that one room you guys
Exactly.
were in. Sure, absolutely. Give me a perception. Or... I guess we can use an... I forgot what we were using for you. No, it really would be perception, to be honest with you.
Well, that sucks. Because it's a 3 + 1. The falls return.
You feel confident that there are no pressure tiles.
Yeah, that's fucked me before. The door exploded.
So, if we all just back, can we all just back out of the room? I could always send in either Ratty or a servant or a mage hand to set off the levers, but I'm not sure.
Why not
So
try
the
it?
thing...
If we start pulling them, then we'll know what they do. But if we're outside of the room, they can't hurt us.
Yeah.
Is
Do you
there
see
still
any?
a dead body back there that you can animate from the assassin?
Oh, no, that's going to take far too much energy. I'd either just use Mage Hand, and I could probably pull those levers. If that's a bit too hard, I can spend 10 minutes to summon an Unseen Servant. That takes a little bit more time, but he can hang around and I can get him to keep doing things. Mage Hand is a little bit easier for me to do, though. I can do that pretty much any time. And pulling a lever is a very simple task, so it should be easily done.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
I think it's probably a good idea. If we're going to start pulling anything, we should probably be out of the room.
Of course, I am known to be rather impatient with these sort of puzzles. Do you see any clues or any sort of system? I don't really see any symbols indicating which ones we should pull, so I'm simply going to be doing it by a process of elimination.
I could get a bit, I could try to get a bit closer to the thing in the middle to investigate it to see what's going on with it, to see if it's connected at all.
Sure.
I mean, I'm really good at perception, so I probably will see exactly how it's done.
Like when you knew that dwarf was in the tree directly above you.
Well, I was just pretending I didn't.
Right.
Trying to throw him off, see how he'd act.
I'll hand you a carrot so you can nibble on that, and I can just keep the eyeballs up to date, keep them fresh.
What the fuck?
Wasn't sure where we were going, but I'm happy where we've ended up.
You don't know, carrots are good for your eyes.
Hungry, but I'll take a carrot if you have one, I guess.
They allow you to spot clues.
I mean they are good for the eyes, but I'm pretty sure it takes a bit longer.
Didn't you watch Shoot 'em Up? Remember, he eats carrots while finding clues.
I don't think that's true. I think that's a myth from World War II, isn't it?
It's a true thing, totally.
No, carrots have
I don't think so.
some vitamin in it that's good for your eyes. Not like it improves your eyesight, but it gives you healthy eyes.
I'm really confident that was something that was made up in World War II.
Can we look this up? I don't think I can continue until I know whether or not I've been living a lie my entire life.
Look it up.
Why do you hate carrots?
If you Google the historical documentary Shoot 'em Up, that's a real film. He eats carrots while spotting clues.
See, I was right. Okay, a diet of carrots won't give a blind person 20/20 vision, but the vitamins found in the vegetable can help promote overall eye health. That's from the GaileyEyeClinic.com.
Gailey.
DM's just trying to get out of eating his vegetables. I've seen it before.
I don't want the carrots.
The vitamin A.
I'll stop derailing. I'm sorry, guys.
How dare you offer them carrots?
Thank God. I've lost enough today without losing my whole life of believing in carrots and eyesight. Okay.
Ready for the Wayfarers to figure this out right quick.
Okay, so what are we doing?
Okay, so I'm going to very gingerly and carefully, as they're making their way out of the room, I'm going to move a bit closer to the middle pedestal. Not going to touch it.
Okay.
Just going to look at it with my keen carrot-enhanced eyes.
Okay. Yeah, how close are you gonna get to it? The whole room on its own is about 15 by 15. It's in the smack center, so it's about 7.5 feet in from the door.
Okay, I'm going to get all up on it.
Okay, you're gonna get right up next to it, but you're not gonna touch it.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah, you move through. Nothing seems to happen. There's no pressure tiles or anything like that are causing the spikes to plummet down to you. You get to this center thingy. It's a very strange object. And you can see, for one, it's not a branch. It's actually like a antler, like a bone almost. It's like an antler.
We're doing all this for a bone. There's lots easier ways to get one.
Well, not this green one.
Usually it's the green, you probably don't want it.
I mean, that's up to you guys. It is encased in this glass, almost think of Beauty and the Beast rose kind of thing.
Oh, my friend.
I mean, it's not that cute at all, but it is sitting on top of this stone pedestal. Give me a perception as you search around for traps or triggers.
Come on, baby. Shitholes! I mean, technically it's a 5 because of the +1, but I did roll another 4.
From what you can tell, it's just a glass thing on a stone pedestal. You're not even sure it's connected to anything in this room. You can't find any evidence that it is, anyways. And you feel very confident about that.
No, I need another carrot, Nigel.
Oh, I brought many. No scurvy in this shithole existence that we're in. I brought carrots from the previous times, back when vegetables existed.
Okay. Can I walk around the center thing, again, not touching it, and then I'll just head back out? Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything obvious on the other side that we haven't checked.
Yep, nope. Looks the same pretty much all the way around. It's a very strange, again, this green antler. That's it.
Okay. Going to get back to the door, tell my comrades what I've seen. Okay, look, fellas, walked all the way around it. Couldn't see shit. But it's an antler. It's not a stick. It is an antler and it's green. So, Nigel, I don't know if you know of any particular magical green antlers from history or future history. But it is an antler. I can tell you that.
That it is.
I can consult my memory, but I'm going to assume I don't remember anything. I mean, this seems like something... Could be something to do with some elven or some druidic magic. It's not something... Antlers, natural things, not something us wizards really spend too much time hanging around. There aren't too many antlers in towers and dusty libraries, but yeah.
Yeah, you can give me an arcana. Or whatever history, your knowledge you're trying to access here. That would be appropriate.
Arcane history? Probably history, I guess. 12 arcana or history, which one?
If you're trying to specifically delve into your understanding of magic and magic items, it would be arcana. If you're trying to
I'm
think,
assuming the green
is this like a...
magic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then give me arcana.
12 plus 6, 18.
Yeah, very good roll. You are not the most extreme knowledgeable person about druidic magic. You are aware of it. Wasn't really your school of magic to deal with, though. You're much more interested in the world of sort of sorcery and wizardry. But you do know that the druids will use certain items from nature, whether they're bones or sticks and twigs. You thought it was all very silly when you were reading it, to be honest with you. You don't remember there being anything in particular, but you do know pretty much anything can be a magic item, so this is not necessarily the most helpful thing for you right now. Nothing of importance really comes up in this memory search, let's put it that way.
And definitely is pretty silly. Natural items and things, I say, with my three-headed rat on my shoulder and my little golem following me, and that's a pretty cool guy over here. Silly druids. Anyways, yeah, I don't recognize anything about it. Can I get pulling levers, guys?
Sure. I'm out of the room.
Number between 1 and 8. Or actually, should I just try the top one first?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Mendax is out of the room. We're all out of the room, right? So I'll conjure a mage hand as soon as everyone's out, and to pull down the top lever.
Okay, so you're going with the top lever. Yep, your mage hand sort of floats silently across the room. You can see sort of the wispy outlines of this ethereal hand as it moves towards one of the levers. Grabs hold of it, and it pulls it from... It's going up, essentially. When you do, you hear a kerchunk and the rattling of chains as the spikes from the ceiling fall about 5 feet and then stop, as if they were caught on something, or they were only meant to go that far. You're not sure. But the spikes are now 5 feet closer to you. Or the room, we should say.
Should I press that one back now and see if they go back up? Or
Yes.
would you rather I press the lower ones?
We should be thorough. Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna well, I guess I pull it down. So I'm gonna pull that same lever down.
Sure. I don't know how much I mean, this is kind of a strange thing in D&D to think about, but I don't know how much senses you have from the mage hand. Like, I don't know how much you could feel from that. But
I don't think any.
We're just gonna say that you notice that it's actually, this lever is spring loaded, and it is meant to go back down even on its own. So after it's been pushed up, it'll go back down.
Ah, okay.
And nothing happens with the spikes. They do not go back up, but they do not come further down.
All right. Number between 1 and 8, Mendax.
Okay. My favorite number is 5.
All right. So which number other than 5 should we pick? Ribbons?
Good call. Ooh,
What?
I like numbers.
Oh, the disrespect this episode.
I've always been keen to the number 8.
All right, let's do 8.
Okay. You push up lever number 8. Nothing happens, and it does not spring load itself back down. So you now have 1 through 7 are all facing down. 8 is pushed up.
Should I pull the top lever back up again? Give it a go, or?
There is about 10 feet between you and the spikes, or, well, the room, if you will, and the spikes.
Wait, what? The spikes are 10 feet up from the floor.
So they were in a total of 15 when you started. And they have fallen 5, so there's 10 more feet to go.
So we get one more drop before it's not going to be great.
Just telling you the information.
Though to be fair, the trap might just reset itself afterwards, assuming it's already impaled its victims.
So, wait, is the trap? Does it go around? Is it like an opening around the thing, or does it look like it would also smash through the case with the antler if it fell?
You guys haven't looked.
Well, we looked at the ceiling.
Yeah, but you didn't, that's like a very specific thing. You gonna go look?
Can I look for that very specific thing while he's playing with the...
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I'll pause. If you can step into the room. I'm not going to touch any levers while you're going in there. It's fine.
Yeah, you go into the room, you look up, you try to see, is this thing gonna get broken? And there's no hole or anything for it to go through, so it will get smashed as well.
Okay, so then I come back out. Like, there is no hole there, so if it ever resets, they'd have to clean this whole thing up and then put another cover over that. Because it's going to smash that, the glass dome if it comes down.
How tough is that glass? What if you just shot an arrow through it and shattered it and then we just grabbed it?
I would just like to make it known that... So, Mendex, you did look at it. You have eyes, but you just didn't see any... With your roll, regardless, you didn't see any trap. You are very confident you could just pick the glass up. It's not like locked or bolted down. It's just a little glass thing on top. If there's anything that happens as a result of that, that is another story. But you are definitely, you feel confident, yeah, I could just pick this glass up and take it.
Do you think that we could use, Nigel, could your mage hand, how fast can your mage hand go?
It's not the most coordinated.
And mechanical senses, just so that you have an actual answer for this, Nigel. It would take you 2 actions, so essentially 2 turns, in order for that to happen. Because you'd have to pick it up, and then you'd have to kind of move with it with your mage hand. And because it's not its own, like, creature, or whatever, you kind of have to do 2 separate things for that.
Okay, well then that probably, that might not work. Pretty sure you
Is
can
there a
just
way-
lift the glass up, but I don't know if it's going to start anything.
Yeah, I mean, I could just lift it up now, but yeah, it might come down. Carl, do you think there's any way we could brace the spikes? I mean, obviously not with your own hands or anything. I don't want you to get impaled, but do you think there's any way we could kind of brace it so that it... Is there any furniture in the previous room?
We'll look back in the previous room and see if there's any large items that might block stuff.
You don't see anything in the room that you were in previously. There was some of the boxes that were in almost like that little alcove where the assassin jumped out at you. There are some crates in there. But as far as like furniture, if you're looking for beds and such, you don't see anything like that.
How about I just keep playing with these levers and see what stays up and what spring loads and goes back down?
Make sure Mendax isn't in the room.
Yes, I'm going to come back out of the room now.
Okay. I'm going to pull lever 5 now. Push that up.
Okay. So 5 and 8 are up. Nothing happens.
Now I'm going to pull lever 2.
Okay.
Push that up.
You do that. Nothing happens.
Lever 4.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to go 1.
Yep.
3.
Fine. Also good.
All the rest of them. So all 8
Yep.
of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. All the bottom row, it seems like you can flip up and down as you choose without any negative consequences happening in that moment.
Okay. All right. So I've got all eight levers up.
Maybe now the top one does something different?
Yeah. Let's give it a go. Though we may lose 5 feet of ground. But yeah.
Mandax, are you leaving the room?
Oh, yeah, I'm out.
You're gonna hang
I've
out.
already
Oh,
gone.
okay, got it. I was
yeah.
checking. Yeah, you
No, I think
then,
I could take it.
Yeah, maybe you could. You pull you push the top lever up with your mage hand, recasting it as you need to. I'm not going to go through the sort of rigmarole of making you do that. Yeah, 5 feet. The spikes drop down once again. They're now, you barely have enough room to sort of duck into the room if you needed to. And they are almost just a few inches above that glass case. The 8 levers on the bottom all flip back down, and then when you let go of the top lever, if you do, it will also go back down.
Yep. I let go of that, so they all go back.
So now
All right. I'm
all
open
pointed
to
down.
suggestions. At this point, I really have no... Are there any... If we inspect the antler, does it have a number of prongs on it or something like that? I don't know. Are there any other clues that you see, guys?
I mean, did I notice the number of prongs when I was investigating this antler?
Yeah, you can remember it. Roll a d10.
An 8.
Okay, there's 8 prongs on it.
God damn it!
Clearly this was not crucial information.
No.
Is it nice, the antler?
Yeah. Yeah. Looks like it's in a good condition as far as antlers go. Anyways.
I'm going to shoot a firebolt at the spikes.
Okay.
Yes!
Go for it.
Yeah.
Now we're wizarding!
Now we're doing puzzles, boys. Okay. You shoot a fireball at the spikes. Any spike in particular, or are you just kind of...
One of the ones that's a bit further away from the doorway where I am.
Sure. You chuck a fireball at it. It doesn't move. It looks a little bit burnished now from the heat and flame, and there's a bit of soot on it. But beyond that, it's like you just hit a piece of metal with some fire.
Good spell. Would cast again.
Are the spikes set up in a way that perhaps Ratty could still fit in between them and not get hurt? if it were to come down? Is there enough space for a small 3-headed rat?
Yeah. Yeah. There's enough space between the spikes. If they, I mean, eventually, you don't know exactly what's going to happen. If it was pushed into the ground all the way, it would squish Ratty. But just as it is right now, yes, Ratty could go between spikes. There's maybe a few inches between each of them.
Okay, so if the spikes hit the ground and stop at the tip of the spikes, there's room for him, potentially.
If that is what happens, yes.
I mean, we could always have Ratty go in. You know how much I love and adore him, and I would never want to put him in harm's way. But Ratty could go and knock the glass over, and the mage hand could snatch up the antler, which would remove one of the movements from having to lift the glass up. And then if it does dip down, which hopefully it doesn't, I feel like the spikes would stop at the stone floor. And then Ratty can just do a rat thing.
Well, Ratty, as much as he was a physical rat before, I mean, he is now my familiar, and it's fine. He's essentially immortal. I can always resummon him, so you're basically out of existence, and I can just bring him back later. It's fine.
Oh, even better then.
Yeah, I mean, not while we're in here. It takes a long time, but
Right.
he's not exactly the most important to have in a dungeon anyway, so that's all right. I can always just do another ritual to bring him back later on. So we don't need to worry about his safety. I don't really have any other solutions. Let's do it. Let's just get Ratty to knock the glass over, grab the thing. We're pretty sure we're going to smash an antler and just leave this room, but I don't have any better ideas.
What about you, Carl? I'm looking at all my stuff.
Well, I have rope, so I could also make a lasso and throw it and try to wrangle an antler. It's got a lot of notches on it. A full 8 should be easy to grab.
Also true.
Whatever
Although
you
if
guys want to do.
the only caveat for that would be if the spikes start to move as soon as the glass is moved, there won't be time to lasso an antler. Although that would be pretty badass.
I'll say this because you're moving in this direction as it is. As you move Ratty up to the pedestal, give me a perception.
Eight plus 2, 10.
Okay. Maybe being that you're now much closer to the object itself and the sort of surroundings of it, being that you're in your rat, you see that there is a seam in the stone. It's very sort of subtle. It's very difficult to see, but it does look like the glass is almost fitted around just like there's a ring cut out in the stone for the glass to fit around, which would indicate to you that there is some sort of pressure release if the glass is to be moved.
I share that with you two. We could try cutting the glass in the top. I don't think we have anything sharp enough. We need a diamond
And if it's
blade.
weighted, then it's probably weighted for the exact weight of the glass. And if you remove a bit of it to go through it, I imagine it would still set it off.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to get
That's
the
like the
mage hand.
smartest idea I've heard yet. I like it. I don't hate that idea.
Okay, before we do this though, one more time. Okay, so what are all the different combinations we've tried? We've done all 8 of the bottom.
All you've done
Which
is
is
all
split.
down, technically, because that was the first one you did, and then all up. Those are the 2 that you've done. I will say that you don't see anything in this room that is giving you any indication as to what the solution to this puzzle is. And I will also, just as a note to anyone watching and to you guys, I'm not so much of a sadist that I would not put a solution to this that you could figure out. Just so you know. However you want to approach it. I'm still super down for this mage hand idea, but I just want to... sometimes in D&D, a lot of people get really stuck on a puzzle.
Yeah. We already looked in the room next to this, didn't we? On the way in?
The room next to this. Which one do you mean? The big sort
one
of cross
that's
area?
north of it.
Yes, that's the one
that's
where
where
we
the chest.
found.
That's where Schlorp Glorbson was.
That's where
I lost my cape.
That's where she lost the cape. Across from that room is where the alcove where the assassin was hiding.
That's where the assassin
you go up
jumped
through
out.
You go continuing up through the hallway. That's where the pressure plate puzzle was that you guys did successfully. And then going down that hallway, there's that sort of, you see that little cross that goes down into almost like a trapezoid shaped room. You've not been down there yet. And then that leads further down the hallway into the room that you guys came from, where the statues are.
I guess, yeah, I don't know. So in terms of it, so there's nothing in the adjacent rooms that give us any indication. If we look at the antler, it's a full set of antlers, right? Like just like off a stag or something like that.
Yeah, it's like one. Think of it as like one antler. It's not like
one antler.
It's one antler in there. Yeah.
And is it sitting upright or anything like that? Is it in a certain direction?
Yep. It's like yeah. It's up. It's up. The glass itself is very long. It's not very wide. So it's like up curved and it's kind of
any of
leaning
its
on the glass.
Prongs go point down?
No.
Okay.
If it helps you, I mean, I will say there's 10 prongs on there. There's 9. You know, I will let you know the prongs don't matter. That was just a random number I wanted to put out there. It just happened to be that there were 8. But good thinking. That is some good thinking.
The solution is somewhere, but we just haven't seen it yet. So it's either someplace we haven't explored, or we're just idiots and haven't noticed. Which either of those are highly likely.
We could also exchange the glass with something else of similar weight. Do an Indiana Jones.
The old bag of sand.
The old bag of sand trick.
The only problem with that is that was a plate, a whole plate, and this is a rim. So we'd have to. Yeah.
It is sort of fitted into the stone, yeah.
Rimming is much more difficult.
What if we had another piece of glass of similar size and weight, and we swapped them?
If you had something like that, maybe it would work.
Hold on, let me look through my backpack. I think I have a windshield in here somewhere.
Perfect. Why don't we do this? It is about halfway through our session anyways. Why don't we take a quick break? Give you guys a second to walk it off. Think for a moment about what your next step should be.
Walk it off. We are very close to solving it. Thank you. Maybe.
So we're right there.
You're so close, guys. You're so close. Yeah.
Just a couple firebolts away.
I believe.
Can I prick my finger on one of the spikes and then do hellish rebuke to try to burn the whole
You're
thing?
gonna rebuke the spike.
I'm gonna rebuke the whole fucking cage. Rebuke me.
If you really want to, I will let you, yes.
Kind of want to, but I don't think it'll do anything.
You definitely know it will not, but, you know, that's never stopped you guys before.
Will the Wayfarers be able to solve this puzzle? Find out in a few moments after this intermission.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. The Wayfarers have made their way through the bandits' cave and arrived upon a puzzle that's very hard and the team is stuck. Will they figure it out? Find out on this episode of Wayfarers.
Welcome back. The team has walked it off sort of walked around, hopefully maybe made an epiphany of connections. Who knows? We'll have to see. The spikes are inches away from the glass container that is holding the coveted green antler, which is being contained by glass, and it looks like there is a sort of pressure seal or fit that goes around it. You guys have tried twice throwing the switches, and the spikes have fallen 10 feet. You have about 5 feet to go. Yes.
I had an idea.
All right.
So, the switches, they're on the wall, right?
Yeah.
Are they in any particular configuration where it looks like there might be one switch that's lined up with the glass?
No.
Shit. That was my idea.
It's a good idea.
Because maybe if we flipped all of them but that one that corresponded to the glass and then flipped it, then it would go down but not break the antler.
I'll write that down for next trap.
What if it was just the middle one?
There's a lot of things it could be.
Is the pillar made out of complete stone?
Yep.
Like solid stone?
Yeah, looks pretty solid.
Would the spikes even break it if you were like standing right next to the pillar and then you just snatched the thing off the top, even if it came down? Or is it a tiny, like how, is it like a 6-inch pillar?
It's not very large. No, it's maybe like,
okay, never
it's
mind.
less than a foot in diameter, yeah.
Oh, okay, then yeah, the weight probably would be enough.
You don't know for sure.
Never know until we try. Get in there, Ribbons.
What if he firebolted the glass?
Yeah, if you want to do that, can.
It would probably still bring the things down. Because the glass would explode. I mean, I guess you could firebolt and mage hand. But I don't think you could do both at once. Or maybe you can. I don't want to, you know, besmirch your abilities, Nigel. Can you do both at once?
DM?
No. You can do. You cannot do almost anything in this game simultaneously. It's all kind of the way that it has to work, just because otherwise the action economy would be really insane. You can do things very close together, but you must complete one action before you can do another.
I can get an unseen servant or ratty to do something, obviously, because they're kind of independent, so I can time it out. So I tell them to do something, and then I do the other thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you could do that. Almost like you've given an unseen servant like a command, and then now you're just like waiting for them to do that thing and timing it. It's not that they're waiting for it. You're kind of just timing it yourself. But yes, you can do that. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm checking my inventory one last time, making sure I don't have anything.
I'm going to inject myself with the rat syringe just to see if it helps us solve this problem.
I'm here for it. I'm assuming you're.
And you
you're
turn
joking.
into a mutant, and you have to re-roll a new character.
I mean, I don't really want to do it, but the other option would be for me to go over there, stand right next to it, just snatch the antler, like knock the glass off, snatch the antler, and then grab my amulet of fading and jump up and through the spikes so that when I get my, solidify again, I'm on top of them.
How long can you fade for? Can you make it to the exit? Just
I don't think so. I think it's only a couple seconds.
It's like a moment.
Yes. So it would probably be long enough for me to grab and jump.
I am going to just again interject just slightly. That could potentially work. If you fail, you will die.
Oh yeah, I figured that. Absolutely.
Okay, there you go. so.
if
If you're
I-
Because
comfortable
if I
with that,
don't jump,
that's
if I
cool.
don't, if I don't jump high enough, it will just, appear.
Yeah,
I
it
think
will
I'll
kill
just,
you. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll just be in me.
Yes.
Carl could also use his scythe for the same thing, right? He can.
I could
Actually-
teleport. Yeah.
Don't
You've
you
already
kind of
used it.
become a? Oh, you've already used it. It's off
Yes.
charge. Damn it.
Wait, when did I use that?
You used it in the main
I-
hall.
Pretty sure.
It
Because
was
otherwise, I think you asked if you could use it during the trap room, like the pressure room, and you already had previously used it in that session.
in the big hall with all of the columns when we were first fighting those
Yeah.
people. It was used.
Yep.
I could haste you. I don't know if that would help anything. It gives you an extra action each turn. Extra dexterity saving throws +2 to bonus to AC.
Extra puzzle solving.
I mean, I've got a really good dexterity save. It's +6. My dexterity is pretty high anyway. My acrobatics is a +9. So I feel like I'd have a pretty good chance at doing it. It's just really... it's
I
either
love it so
success or
much.
death, and I'm considering this.
Over something you're not even sure what it does.
It's probably just fucking home furnishings. Fine home furnishings.
I love it. I love it.
I feel like the number 9 is significant here. You said there are 10 switches total, right? You have the 9 lower ones and the 1 top
8 lower
one.
ones.
8 lower ones
Eight-
and 1 on
8
top.
lower
so
ones,
9
1 on top.
total.
9 total.
8 low, 1 up top. Why are there 8?
And from what you've gathered, the one up top is like the tester combination, essentially.
Right.
You figure that you must have some combination of the 8 that are up and down, and then
Yeah.
you hit the 9th one, and that is success or fail.
Yeah. That's
What do you
been
think
the
about
aggregate.
trying some different patterns? Say, only even switches, only odd switches.
I'm
You
down
have
with it.
one attempt left, I will say.
Yeah.
Unless
'Cause
it
it's dropped
does
5
nothing.
feet every- Unless you get it right, you're correct.
Yes,
Well, we
so
don't know
we-
that it drops 5 feet every time.
It
We
has
don't-
dropped 5 feet both times. It is. You've gotten it wrong. So I would say you do know that at this point. Your character has that knowledge. You assume if you get it wrong again, you all reach the conclusion that switching it wrong one more time will inevitably destroy the thing underneath it, and it will lower the spikes all the way to the ground.
So the first try, we did all of them up, right?
Yes.
And then the second try, we weren't really thinking, and we did the same thing.
No, sorry. I said something incorrect there. The first try you did everyone down. You just tried the top one, so they were all down. And then the second try, Nigel was flipping them to see if that did anything, and he eventually got them all flipped up. And then he tried it, and it went down.
So we've
another
only
5.
done all down and all up. We haven't done any
You've
other
only done-
combinations.
There's
yet.
no other combination you've done of all down, or sorry, down and up. Whether to the detriment of the situation, I don't want to input too much, but again, I will say there is a solution to this. And it is not something that I'm expecting you guys to just randomly guess at. I wouldn't do that.
Ribbons.
Hello.
What you up to, buddy? You enjoying this puzzle? Got any ideas?
Oh my, no. I've not a clue on this one. If one of you dies, I could probably bring you back to life, though.
Oh, you can do that?
Actually, you can, yeah.
Holy shiz. Ribbons, I'm impressed.
Thank you.
Yeah, just grab it
I'm
then, guys.
happy to help.
He's got your back if you die, it's fine.
Yeah, it's no big deal. So I should just run in there and grab my necklace.
You do whatever you want.
It's a necklace. I thought it was an antler.
No, I'm going to grab my necklace while I grab the antler.
Right, to fate.
Correct.
Also,
Are
if you
there
die, you can tell us
sections
what the
of the-
afterlife is like before you come back.
Oh my... I hope I meet Hot Elf. Hot elf door god.
Fuck doors. And on that note, I'm going to inspect the spikes. Are there different sections of the spikes? I'm looking to see if there's like 8 little sections of the spikes or something.
Sure.
Because you said there was different plates that they were attached to, right? And then they all were connected to one big chain.
Yep. It's like 5. It's almost think of them as like grates, right? Like 5 flat iron grates, and then there's spikes that are almost like welded or attached to them there. In total, they're about 5 by 5s each, and so there's about actually it'd be a little smaller than that. They wouldn't be 5 by 5. They're a little smaller than that. We'll say there's about 12 or 14 sections total from what you can figure. They're not all 100% uniform. But you can't, after looking at it for several minutes, you don't discern any sort of pattern that makes any sense. Looks like they were just put onto these grates.
I'm wondering if the solution is not in this room. It's obviously a puzzle. There's obviously a fix. Is it something we should have seen along the way? Do you remember anything, like, was there ever a deer in the room with the herbivores and carnivore pressure plates?
Let me scroll up. There were no antlered. There was an elf, not an elk. Sorry, deer. There were deer. There was a deer on it.
Well, okay, so there could be deer there. There could be something there, or potential. I mean, there were. What were the statues in the main room in the big hall?
There are 8 of those statues.
Oh.
They were all nobles or knights.
Whoa.
You remember the statues. You recall that there's 8 of them in the room that you were in. Several of them have some of their weapons that were pointed up towards the sky, and some of them had their weapons and just arms down at their sides.
Oh!
That's it.
Could I go back there and look at that?
Sure.
I'm gonna send Ratty. Oh, actually, Ratty can't only go so far from me. I'll send Ratty ahead of us so that we don't stumble into anyone.
You guys are able to get back to the room successfully. Granted, you remember the combination to the pressure plate trap. No, I'm just kidding. I'll just assume you remember that. Your characters know what they were doing. You maneuver through the pressure plate room with ease, and you head back to the main hallway with the door that has exploded. Give me a perception check real quick as you pass by the door.
18.
What? Me? 19 plus 1.
16 plus 5, 21.
So, Carl, you rolled the highest?
Yeah.
Somewhere in your brain, you make the association, and you have like almost like a strange savant level of wisdom in this moment. That is very uncharacteristic for you. You realize that some of the debris has been moved from where your original, when you were originally in this room when you left.
The debris was moved.
Yeah, it's been since you've left the debris. It looks like somebody has walked through here or moved through here. Like, remember the door has exploded.
Right.
No, there's no slime.
Mendax.
Absorption.
Nigel, someone else has been here. The debris has moved. Look. And I'd point to the rubble. That wasn't where we left that.
To your guys' knowledge, you have no recollection of what the debris looked like when you left. So it's up to you whether or not you decide to trust the word of call.
I inspect all the shadows and corners for assassins, since we've had people jumping out from way too many things in this place.
Sure. How long do you want to spend doing that? Minute? 5 minutes? 10 minutes?
Yeah, the next full minute, basically.
Okay. You do a relatively quick scan around the room, sort of going into trying to, really inspect the shadows, as well as use your perception that you rolled for that. You don't see anybody in the room. You seem to be alone.
Can I tell, if I inspect the debris just very quickly, can I see if there are any footprints, if I can see which direction they were going?
No.
Okay, well then just in case, I'm going to get my rapier and my little sneaky prick out. I'm going to pull out my prick before I go into this dark room.
Okay.
Just in
Sounds
case.
All right, let's continue on into the statue room.
Yeah. Oh, you're in the statue room. That's where the
Yes.
debris is. That's where the door exploded open.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, you're standing in there. That's the room that you inspected, so you feel relatively confident that there's nobody in this room with you. Except for maybe a sneaky schlorb. Who knows? And yeah, you're at the statue room. There are 8 statues, and as I mentioned before, some of them have their weapons that are like kind of pointed majestically into the air. Other ones are just standing resolute, sort of heroic looking.
So what we need to figure is which corresponds to which lever.
Yeah, which one is first, right? So if we enter the room, is it the first one on the left or the right? Are there any, like, plaques or anything, or numbers or anything to order them?
They're pretty big statues. Where are you going to look? Are you trying to just kind of give it a once-over, or are you going to look at the, where do you want to inspect? We'll do investigation for this.
I want to inspect from the side we entered in initially, since I consider that's probably usually considered the entrance. And
Okay, so the opposite side from where you are now.
Yeah.
Okay. What part do you want to just look at are you looking at one statue in particular, or are you going to look at you're just kind of looking around?
I'm looking around all of them, yeah, just seeing if there's one that's
Okay.
clearly the first or something, or
Okay.
the biggest.
I would like to look at the statues and then directly above them to see if there's a number on the ceiling or a spike.
Cool.
And while they're doing that, I'm going to look at the statues and see if I can't tell from the heraldry their actual order of importance in a court. Like if there was a king and a duke and then a knight, if there's some kind of order that way.
Very cool. Okay. Give me, Nigel, an investigation roll. Call, give me... Actually, you don't need to roll for that. I'll just tell you what happens. And then Mendax, give me a history check.
I get +3 on that. Why do I have +3 in history? I don't even
You're very learned.
Sorry, did I need to roll?
Yes, an investigation.
That's
Roll an
investigation for me, right? It was Carl's, he doesn't need to roll.
Yes.
6 plus, I'm good at investigating. 6 plus 6, 12.
Yeah, as you are sort of looking around each of the statues, you don't find any plaque. You're sort of trying to shift, the base. It's like a small pillar of stones that they're standing on, and so you're trying to see if there's any of them are removable, anything like that from what you can reach. From what you've seen so far, you're not seeing any indication as to like a number or anything like that. Call, you are looking up into the air, seeing if there's a number above them onto the ceiling. It does get quite dark up there, so it's a bit difficult to see, but from what you can tell, you don't see any spikes or any carvings into the ceiling. And Mendax, give me your history check. What did you get?
It was 12 plus 3, so 15.
15. That's actually a very solid roll. That you recognize at least so far, you're kind of glancing over each of them. The details are kind of faded in a little bit, so it's a little difficult to recognize, but you think That one for sure. One of the statues, the first one on the left when you enter this room from the original entrance, the stairwell that you guys came into this cave, he was known as one of the first kings, and he has his weapon raised into the air.
Okay. So I'm standing next to Nigel now. I'm like, okay, Nigel, I can't remember his name exactly, but the one on the left, definitely a king. Definitely a very, very old king. One of the first kings.
Nigel, give me a history check as well.
17 plus 6, 23.
Yeah, you are instantly... You're almost a little embarrassed you didn't make that connection yourself first, because you're... God damn it, that's such a clever thing. You do recognize, almost as if maybe that was something you were thinking of as well. You know, I was just thinking the same thing, Mendax. You're right, that is... His name is... Tibbins the First.
Tibbins the First.
And with that, such a bomb history check, you can tell, you recognize each of the statues in here upon further sort of inspection. And you can tell the order in which the kings and queens, actually, subsequently happened. So, of the 8, if you want to write this down, you know, and I'm just going to tell you the ones that have their hands up with their weapons.
Yep, that's what we're wanting.
That the 1st, the 4th, and the 5th, in that order of the ones you have in here, all have their weapons raised into the air.
All right, 1st, 4th, and 5th. So hopefully weapons raised corresponds to levers up and not down. Otherwise, wasting our previous attempts may have screwed us over, but I think that's all we need. If you really did see someone disturbing that debris, keep your eyes about you. There might be more assassins lurking. We don't know if they followed us this direction or back the other way, and they're waiting back near the antler. So let's make our way back, yeah? Sandwich formation?
Sure.
Sandwich ho!
I like sandwiches.
Heck yeah, Ribbons. We'll get you a big tasty sandwich when we get this food back off these dicks.
What a strange thing to say.
I don't know if I'd want to eat anything off of it.
Well,
You guys head back to the room.
I saw you slicing up your sausage for breakfast with your sneaky
You guys
prick
are heading
before.
back into the room. You're heading back into the
seem to
room.
eat
Everyone's
that.
back into the room.
I saw
Back in
you
the
eat
trap room. We're back in the
straight
spike
off
trap
your
room.
sneaky
Back
prick.
in the spike room, the spikes all fall down. You're
The
all
spike's
dead.
all there. Everyone's dead. New campaign.
Looking up the crumbs.
Oh my
You guys head back to the room. Nothing has changed. The spikes are still there. You do not encounter anybody on your way there. And the levers are all where you left them, reset in their original positions.
All right. Everyone outside of the room, I summon my mage hand and get my spooky spectral hand to go. And I am going to raise up levers number 1, 4, 5. Take a breath and then push that top lever up.
Yeah, you hear a sort of a chunk as it seems like it's a different sound than you've heard before. The top lever does not go back down once you press it up this time. And the spikes don't move.
Woo!
Huzzah! Okay,
Hurrah.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I was like, I can go in to get it and just have my necklace on standby, just in case. Or you can mage hand it. Fuck it.
Yeah, I'm going to get my mage hand and just push this glass off.
Sure. With a bit of a flourish, it sort of tink, and it flicks the glass off of the pedestal onto the ground, which shatters into pieces. The antler sort of just like falls over onto the pedestal and is laying there now. The spikes do not move and crush you or anything else in that room.
I'm still going to use the mage hand to now pick up the antler And this is kind of like, it's a little bit uncoordinated, by the way. This is a little bit like a skill tester moment. So maybe it fumbles once or twice, but then I managed to get it and I bring it over.
It's
and
like the claw at the arcade. You're just.
Fantastic. Yes, you do so after a couple of strangely, you feel very confident with this spell, so it's odd that you would fail. But hey, if that's what you want to happen, fantastic.
I'm so excited to get the antler after all this wait.
You bring the antler over to you, and you take it from the mage hand, which dissipates into the air. And you have this green antler. There's sort of this. It's strange. It doesn't look like it's dyed. It just looks like its natural color is green. You feel this very soft velvet that's over the top of it, and you now have the green antler, Nigel.
All right. I don't know what this is, but I'll identify it later, I guess. I'm gonna put this in my pack.
If nothing else, you can stab people with it.
Very well done. That was very impressive, guys. Very proud.
Very impressive about how long it took.
We smart?
That was not. I did not make that easy.
Good.
I didn't make that an easy puzzle. You guys aced it. Both puzzles I threw at you. I guess I'm making them too easy.
I don't know if we aced it. We got it on the last trial.
That's
so.
Hey.
We passed.
This is an all or nothing. It's either 100 or 0, so you got an A.
Yeah. Also,
okay,
fucked up.
but
Good job.
Do you think the necklace thing would have worked? Like, would I have had to roll for it?
Oh yeah. Yeah, you would have had to roll for it for sure. Absolutely. I mean, if you rolled well enough, yeah, it probably would have worked, but it is definitely very risky. If you failed, yes, you were going to die. So, in those situations, I find it to be very important to just remind people that death is an absolute possibility. But you guys figured out the puzzle. Congratulations.
Huzzah!
So we're done with this room.
You're done with this room, presumably.
Lorenzo Lorenzo.
Now what?
So you get to go check out that other hallway that we passed.
Sounds good to me. Is that what you guys would like to do? Do you want to do anything with this antler, especially Nigel? Or are you just going to put it away in the pack for now?
No, I mean, I'm just struggling with D&D Beyond right now. It won't let me add items for whatever reason.
What?
It does that sometimes to me as well.
I'll see if I can't add it for you, buddy.
Yeah, if you could, just green antler and wand, or mysterious slime wand is what I wanted to call it, but it wouldn't let me put it in.
The anti-cloak wand?
Okay, I think I have added both of those for you there. Yep,
okay,
looks like it.
All right, we still have another whole wing of this dungeon to explore, so best to get moving, head back to the statue room, and start heading into the other side for the first time.
Oh, there's still another section here that we haven't gone through.
That is true.
Let's be thorough.
Sort
We're looking for the food, right? Or are we just going to kick their ass? Or both?
Well, we came in looking for the food initially, and then after we started fighting, we thought this might actually make a really good home for the people we're trying to save because it's easily defensible for them. So if we cleared it out, then they could just come here
and live
be
in
a
the
bit
spike
safer.
room.
Just chill in the spike room
Yeah.
all day.
What could go wrong?
The kids can play there.
Yeah. It's a good
We just put a sign, don't change the lever's position, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just do what I do and tape the switch if you need to. I have a switch that actually turns off all the electricity in this room, so I've taped it so that it's perpetually you can't turn it off.
Why would there be a switch for that?
I don't know.
I had one that would turn off, the electricity to a specific outlet, and that was the one that my router was plugged into. So I had that one taped up as well. Like, do not flip this off.
So do not turn this one off, please. All right, so you guys are going to head over into that sort of cross room, yeah? Cross
Yes.
area there. Okay, fantastic. So that's just before the pressure plate trap sort of puzzle that you guys figured out in the previous session. Yeah, there's this hallway that's goes down into this area. You see that it opens up. There is a door to go into this hallway. You can see on the map, though. Again, you got this map right from the dwarf out in the front. You see that there is a hallway beyond this door, but you do need to open the door.
Okay. Could I go investigate the door?
Of course.
I'm going
Give
to
me an investigation.
I'm going to investigate the shit out of this door. Just look for traps.
Mm-hmm.
See if it's locked.
Sure.
Tell. I got a 16 plus 6.
Plus 6.
22.
I investigate really well. I just don't see what it is I'm investigating.
22. Yeah, there's no traps. The door's unlocked.
Okay then.
We'll open the
I
door.
would yeah. I pushed the door open just a bit, see if I could see through it. I'm still going to have my rapier out though.
Okay. You're just barely opening the door, eh? Or
Yeah, just cracking it open a bit. I just want to see if I could see if there's anyone on the other side.
Got it. Yeah, you kind of crack open this door here and peek through. You do not see anybody on the other side. You see that it is a hallway that goes down into a larger room. You see that there are these little, probably alcoves on the right and the left, if the map is to be trusted. You do see, it does look like there might be something over there, so you can't see in those alcoves. And in the room all the way at the end, you can't make out everything that's in there. But you do see it's dimly lit, and there are a bunch of things that are glinting against the light.
Oh shit. Okay, can I look at the floor? Can I get a good look at the floor, see if there's any pressure plates there?
Okay, yeah, roll an investigation. Absolutely. Come on.
14 plus 6.
Yeah, you investigate the floor. There's no pressure plates that you can see.
Is it a nice floor?
No, not really.
No.
Are we just behind Mendax?
You can be wherever you want. I am assuming that you guys were behind her, but
Now that the door's open, yeah, I'm gonna basically just be like, Ratty, go ahead and explore.
Yeah. We've got some assassin alcoves up there, Ratty. You might want to check those out. And the walls. There's something sparkling on the walls.
All right, I'll send him ahead to the alcoves first, and then towards the sparkles.
okay. You send Ratty up to the alcoves. You do see that there are 2 individuals standing, one in each of the alcoves. They don't look like the assassins that you have fought before. These guys look to be a lot more hefty, if you will. Very large, very muscular, and kind of equipped with like a hand axe, each of them. They're just standing there.
Axe wielding. Yeah, I'll just pass that on. Axe wielding warriors, big buff
Warriors.
Carl-sized warriors in those alcoves, one in each.
Yeah, then you guys head forward, Ratty heads forward into the room. You see that it is almost like a junk room. There's a whole bunch of random scrap metal everywhere, piled high into a mountain. In the center, sort of surrounded by this junk and these gears and all sorts of different metal bits, is a table. And there's a gnome sitting behind the table. Looks like he's tinkering on something.
A gnome tinkering away, hey? All right, so we've got a gnome in there tinkering on something. 2 big warriors. Definitely feels like this is a situation we want to get ready to fight.
Yeah, what would you guys like to do?
We've got 2 big guys.
2 big guys.
Wild and crazy guys. I mean... trying to. In my head, I just keep thinking, make a firebomb. Throw it in the alcohol.
I have
Kill
2
one
moves.
of them instantly.
Shooting fireballs, of which I have very limited uses left, and luring people out with tasty treats, right? Or weird, pigs or other running creatures that try to pull people into bad positions. I mean, I can try to lure them out if you guys want me to lure them somewhere. It should be easy enough. Burly warriors hanging out in a bandit cave probably haven't seen a scantily clad lady for a while, so let me just say I've looked at a lot of wood carvings, and I think I could mock up a rather realistic looking
Oh, I have the wood carving if you need a reference.
illusion. Oh yes, and if I need help, I can always have Carl's assistance there. So
Yeah.
I make it look very real. It'll look just like the real thing, the same density and everything, bags of sand and all.
Good lord. You said scantily clad? How clad are we talking here?
I was thinking more of it like a Princess Leia type scenario with Jabba the Hutt.
Wow,
But
all right.
I need the team to give me the
Bigger
go-ahead on this
boobs.
plan. Where do we want to lure these bandits to, first of all?
Well, I think ideally we need to lure them someplace. Either lure them back through this door or lure them further down the hall away, so that we could sneak up and get a little sneak attack in the back.
Just have it run into
Fun.
the spike room, and we'll be on the other side of the doorway. They wouldn't even look to the other side. Bet.
Lure them to the spike room. How long can you keep this up? Also, oh no, okay.
That's going to be really hard.
Yeah, I mean, it's not if you can't keep it up.
I'm proud to admit my limitations, and some men will never admit it, but 30 feet is more than enough. I feel very confident in my 30-foot manhood with my illusions. Okay.
Well, I mean, okay, so can you
hate this
move
campaign.
with your illusions? As in, could you make her lure them back to the spike room if you were walking ahead? If you were 30 feet ahead, could she just be doing the dance of the 7 veils?
It's the most complicated.
Get down to 1 veil when she walks into the spike room, and then at the same
What
time, I don't know,
God's-
your illusions make noise, and if not, can Carl sound like a very sexy woman egging them on the whole time?
I am absolutely not luring them back to the spike room.
And you
That's
can tell
far
by the
too
way I
dangerous.
move my beak, I'm
Why
a woman's
not?
bird.
It's the perfect time for a punchline.
My attention could waver.
Hit him with the
if-
spikes, and then just go, oh, I thought you were interested in penetration. Boom. Right above the dead bodies. Perfect moment.
Yes,
Lord Morbson drops from the ceiling and steals Mendex's shoes, suddenly whisking away into the air.
So, I think all we need is for them to buy some time, right? So, we send in the distraction, it leads them out of the room, we're all hiding in a box or something. When they run past, we jump out of the box, go in, rough up the gnome, tell him to give us all the good stuff, and then mission accomplished. And they're all confused about where the hot lady went.
Yeah, that can absolutely work.
I'm just
Well,
having all my
this-
NPCs attack you from now on.
But we have a plan.
What are we doing? What is happening? What is occurring from this madness?
So
What's the plan?
there's a very good-looking maiden which is summoned by Nigel using the wood carving as a reference. She walks past the 2 axe wielders and, being the thirsty individuals they are, they pursue her, and that's when we sneak in.
It's going to be very difficult to be convincing if he's basing it off the wood carvings, because her breasts and bum are going to be quite, whittled down.
Are you saying 1997 Lara Croft wasn't the sexiest pixel lady you've ever seen?
I'm just saying, if you're basing it off of the wood carving,
You're saying the wood carving is not HD enough? Jesus.
no, I'm saying you've rubbed it so much that it's flat.
My
So
thought is,
you need to go off of the original wood carving and not the used wood carving.
these 2 individuals are not that picky. I think it'll be fine. I trust Nigel's judgment and his intuition.
Okay.
A-pop is trying so hard to remain above this.
Listen, I'm just here, man. I'm just here,
Sand
man.
pit of filth right now.
What do you guys want to do, man?
Do it, Nigel.
Whatever.
Where should I lure them to, Carl? Where should I have her walk to? Should it just be out of this room and then we just jump them as they come around the corner, or do you want me to lure them into one of the alcoves?
I have an idea. If you lure them to the room with the statues and then she hides behind a statue and then disappears, then they'll try to figure out where she is and they'll be looking around for quite some time. And that's when we move forward.
Okay, if we do that, we'll just be all here in the stairwell, like in this corridor. So we just have to kind of hope they don't look to the left as they pursue her. Because, there's a good chance if one of them looks at us, we just have to jump them. And we're not really getting a sneak attack then necessarily.
Right.
But, because we don't really have anywhere to hide. There's nowhere we can go unless we hide.
We're
Right?
relying on intentional blindness here, yes.
If you make her topless, they probably won't look to the other side, though.
Okay, I'll make her especially attractive. All right.
I mean, let's be honest.
I'll have items of clothing will fall off as she's walking. Okay,
It's just like it's like a little breadcrumb trail.
Okay.
Okay, so we all
some
hide up
candy
next to the
boys.
wall, like this, and they would never notice. And then Nigel will do the
Yeah.
distraction. And then we run around or attack them as soon as they pass by.
Yep. All right. So, all right, preparing myself.
Is she going to be talking to them?
Yes. I should consult you on this, Mendax. I was just going to have her say something like, "Oh, I'm so lonely. I wish there was a strong man to take care of me. I miss the touch of a man." Does that sound realistic to you? Any touches on the script you'd add, or?
No one says stuff like that.
Yeah,
No?
I'm sorry, Nigel, but that doesn't seem very realistic. What do the hot elf ghost babes that you meet in the forest say to you, Carl?
Don't overcomplicate it. She goes by and she says, "Hey, boys," and then runs away. And they chase her. It's not rocket science.
It's
But what
very
if they don't
different.
like being called boys? That might be a bit.
It's cute and
Deflating.
playful.
What if she called them big boys?
Fine. That's about the same.
Nuance is important.
Is it for an axe-wielding brute?
You never know. Maybe it's a really large axe because he's making up for something, in which case being called a big boy might make him feel very good about himself.
Sure, let's go with that then.
All right, stack up ribbons, goop, ratty. Let's all hide here around the corner. We're ready to go.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Scantily clad in sort of, I'm thinking mobile game, female warrior, like chainmail booty shorts or something like that. Things are barely contained, very busty. And yeah, so I'm going to just basically conjure her up an illusion. It is an improved illusion, of course, because I have that school.
You do?
She's gonna walk into the room and giggle, and I'm gonna get her to say,
How does it sound?
How does that sound? Yeah.
"Oh, I can't do it myself,
you know.
but kind of like, my dad always upgrades that one." Channeling a bit of diva, if you know what I'm saying, from Overwatch. I'm talking really convincing and arousing, just like great, you know, like really what people like to hear on their voice packs. And
Way to go!
So
You
she's
just
gonna-
made all of chat hard.
Listen, I'm here for it, buddy. Keep going. What else happens? So walks past. Okay.
she's just gonna walk into the room, say, "Hey, boys," and then and she's gonna giggle and just run backwards, kind of walk backwards towards the statue room. And yeah.
Okay. All of that stuff happens. You don't hear anything. Nothing pursues the illusion out from the alcoves.
What if they don't like girls?
Oh, shit.
We made a terrible assumption we shouldn't have done.
Can you do a handsome boy illusion?
Back to basics. These idiots are probably hungry. I just conjure a pig, and I just send the pig illusion. Then they're going squealing, and it's like running around the room, running into things. Then it just turns and runs back out towards the statue room.
Okay, so it's making like loud squealy noises.
Yeah, it's like barreling into the walls and stuff, kind of thing. It's just like
Okay, yeah. So as it's running past, you hear the unmistakable sound of somebody being woken from their sleep.
Shit.
What? and both of them kind of rush out of their alcove and see this pig run past and run past into the hallway that you're in, and look at each other and sort of in stunned disbelief. Huh. That was weird. And then they're just kind of idle chit-chatting with each other about what the heck was that? What happened?
Send in the babe one again.
Send the girl again. Tell her to ask if anyone's seen her little sausage.
Round 2.
How many of these illusions can you do in a time? What's the limit?
Well, the other ones they've disappeared into the statue room, and I've let them go puff. So it's one at a time. It is a cantrip. I'm allowed to. I am a master of illusions. I can make fireworks and flowers and all sorts of things for days. There's no limit. So I send her in, and she goes, "Has anyone seen my bacon?" And then giggles and runs out of the room again.
They're gonna make an intelligence check. To determine if this is an illusion. What's the save for it, Nigel? It should be your spell save DC. I think
should
it's
just be the
spells.
14 is my save DC. My spell. Yeah.
14. These guys are not very bright, but they're bright enough today. They recognize and see through your illusion. And they both kind of... What the heck? What's going on here? Who's out there? And they kind of ready themselves, and they start approaching the door. Who's making all this fuss? Come out now, or we'll have to beat you up.
Can you make the... I'm very quiet, because I'm right next to Nigel. Not another naked girl, unfortunately, but can you, create an illusion of the assassin that we already fought? One of the assassins. Just tell them, hey, somebody's out here. Or, call them out, then
I got it.
We can attack.
All right, so the girl goes back around the corner into the statue room, disappears. We summon up one of these cloaked assassins, and he's going to step over he's going to run, kind of jog into the doorway and go, "Oi, get out here and help me with these. We've got intruders."
Okay, I'm going to give them advantage on seeing through this one since they are already very alert and aware that something is going on. They manage to see through this illusion as well. One of them takes a little throwing hatchet and throws it into the illusion, which dissipates it, and you hear a thud as an axe kind of goes into the door. This is your last warning. Get out here now.
I think the jig's up. Should we charge them?
I could go into a rage.
How many rages do you have left?
2.
Guns and spells blazing.
Okay.
So wait, did we shut the door?
No, the door's open.
The door's open, okay.
We'll say the axe kind of goes at an angle, hits the illusion.
Gotcha. Okay, that was my question. I was like, are they behind a door or not?
I thought you shut it too, so my bad. Easily fixed.
I wonder if one of us could still walk up sexy and they might think it's an illusion. And we could get a nice bit of a poke in.
Screech that happened? Absolutely not.
Okay, well, not that now. I was going to say, we could just, like, I could sexy walk up there. They'd probably think I was just another illusion. I could stab one of them in the eye or something.
I would like to step out and create a distraction and draw them toward me, and then they can shoot at them. And then I will fight them.
Okay, how are you gonna... You're trying to draw them out into the hallway that you're in now, or are you going to meet them? They're sort of... We'll say they're about 10 feet away from the doorway into this hall.
I want to meet them in such a way that Mendax and Nigel have line of sight to shoot without shooting me.
You could try to go... I mean, the hall is pretty big, so you could go in from the left side and give them a better sort of clear line of sight to that.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you move in, and you are attacking. We'll say they're standing sort of right next to each other. You are going to engage the one that's on the left. Are you going to attack him, or are you just kind of trying to get them to look over towards you? What's your plan?
I will attack them.
Alrighty. Give me some rolls, my friend.
Alright. So I'll do... Do I have the bite today? I think I do.
Yes, I believe so.
I will try a scythe bite. Rolling to hit.
Okay.
5 plus 5 is 10. 11 plus 5 is 16. 13 plus 5 is 18.
The first attack misses. The second two hit.
Okay, one scythe, one bite.
Uh-huh.
Looking for my D12. And it's a nat 12.
Nice.
D12 plus
Okay.
6 with strength weapons while raging. That's 18 from the weapon.
All right. Sounds
And
good.
then the bite. 1d8 plus 3. And that's 5.
Okay. Yeah, you bring your scythe down onto the first warrior. He's able to deflect the first attack, but the quick follow-up and the bite strike true. You deal a good amount of damage to him, slicing them across the shoulder, biting into their arm. Yeah, he is unhappy about that. Let's get some initiative rolls from everyone except for Call. They were they were kind of leaving the combat open to having somebody come out to them. So they have since decided they are going to be attacking people instead. So yeah, give me your initiatives, Mendax and Nigel, and I will do the same for them.
I have 5.
Okay.
I rolled a 20 plus 2, 22.
20 plus 2.
I'm pissed off that my illusions haven't worked yet.
Alrighty, it will be...
Maybe they're other girl bandits, and we're just assuming they haven't seen another girl. We're just assuming that all bandits are men as well. And I think we need to take this time to re-examine our internal biases.
Hashtag not all bandits.
Bandits could be into women, or men, or they could be ace. That's okay.
You don't know.
We don't know.
But you are in combat. Nigel, you are up next. Call has gone into a rage, charged in, and attacked the first of these muscular bandits.
Well, I'm angry enough to disregard personal safety for once. I'm going to run in after him and try to get an angle on the same one that he's attacking if possible.
Yeah.
Is it possible to get an angle on it without getting too far into the room? Obviously, I want to stay as far back as possible.
Yes, you can definitely get a spot where you can hit him. I don't know, depending on the type of attack you're doing. If it's like a spray or an area of effect, that might be more difficult, but if it's like a bolt or something.
Yeah, I think we'll start out just with a firebolt to get things going. See how strong these guys are before we use anything bigger. So I'm going to pull out. We've got that higher level firebolt, thank the Lord. So we are no longer doing 1d10 damage. Okay, so I've got a +6 on my spell attack.
Yes.
I've rolled a 12, so that's 18. Is that a hit?
That is indeed.
Because I should be able to see what a hit is. What is a hit? Or does it matter based on the guys? Shouldn't
it matters
on the
based on
defense,
their armor class.
On their armor class.
For attacks, yeah. So that's not technically public information.
No worries. Okay, cool. So that's a hit. D10 times 2. That's a D8. Where's my D10 gone? And we've got an 8. And hold on a second. That's a D12, not a D10, pig. Cheating. We're gonna roll. We're gonna re-roll from the start.
Start the episode over.
Guys, back to the spike room.
I'm like, I can't roll a 12 on a D10. Uh-oh, I might have done a naughty. 3 and 3, so I got 6 damage.
Okay. Nice. All right. You hurl a firebolt, rather, at this guy, and it connects with the side of his face. It doesn't look like it does an exceedingly large amount of damage, because it kind of, maybe it just brushes past the side a little bit more, but you do singe his ear and some of his hair. He yells out in pain.
I'm also gonna tell Goop to wait. The Barbarian Rage doesn't give Carl an advantage on swinging, right? Right, Carl? You don't get like rerolls or anything like that?
No, I have damage resistance.
All right. Goop, go bless Carl.
Yeah, I think you've done how many things for Goop so far today? I think it's been 2 currently.
I think so. I think he's just done 2 mini heals so far.
This will be your last thing for him. You want him to do the blessing?
Yeah, it's not the biggest game changer. Let's just remember to use it now. Save my big spells for later.
Yep, Goop will sort of shuffle over. He'll get the sort of recording out of his the cabinet, pop it into his head, and call on an attack of your choice in the next minute. You can add 1d4 to your to hit roll, not your attack roll. Or sorry, not your damage roll.
Precise burn.
Yes. Yes. You feel just slightly more lucky than you normally would. Fantastic. Okay, Nigel, that should be probably your turn, I would imagine.
Yep, that's it.
Alrighty. Good stuff. They are going to go, both of them. One of them is going to attack Call. The other one is going to attack Nigel, seeing that this is a man who can conjure fire. Fire bad. He's scared. Call.
7 fucking team.
Okay, he is going to put himself into sort of a more of a vulnerable position. He's not really thinking about his footing, the one that's attacking you. So you see that he's putting himself into an easily hittable spot, but he's trying to leverage his weight, so he's going to have an easier time hitting you. So all of that means he's getting advantage on his attacks, but he will have advantage on him for any attacks that are against him until his next turn. Even with the advantage, however, he misses. God dang it. Okay. All right. Well, that's him. Yeah. They're going to do the same thing to you, Nigel. Nigel, what is your armor class?
Ripped, buff, and impervious to your stupid assaults. 12!
Okay.
AC 12.
The Big 12.
Yeah, it's incredible. Somehow they also missed both of their attacks against you. That's actually seems like it's impossible. But
I'm literally about to pop a shield, and then somehow
somehow you accidentally stumble your way to dodge the attacks. That is incredible. I'm so disappointed in these two. God damn it. All right, well. All right, Mendax, your turn.
Okay. Then I would like to run up and... Because I'm close enough to attack the one that's attacking Nigel. Right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Then I'd like to attack with my rapier and my little prick.
Okay. You won't get sneak attack.
Isn't he? But he's engaged with another person.
Yeah. Do you get sneak attack with that? Let me see.
If the enemy of the target...
You guys do get sneak attack for almost everything, don't you?
She's quite nice.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yep. God damn. Okay, so only one of your attacks will get the sneak attack bonus. Which one are you going to sneak attack with?
I'm going to sneak attack with the dagger, with my prick, since it gets the sneak attack bonus.
It do. Okay, give me your attack rolls.
Okay. Alright, 19. That'll be for my little prick, because I have to go with that one first.
Okay.
And 19, and then... Oh, that's without the plus...
it's fine.
6. And then 16 plus 6.
Okay, both of them are going to hit. Give me all the damages. The sneaky prick dagger does 1d4 damage base on its own.
Yes. So 1d4 plus 3, then plus 3, 6. D6.
Yep. So 1d4 plus 3 plus 3d6 plus another 3 for the extra sneak attack damage.
Okay, so 1d4, and it's 4, hell yes, plus 3 is 7, plus another 3 is 10, and then do the 3d6.
3d6, yep.
Which is a 2, 12, a 5 is a 17, and a 4 is a 21.
Okay. Nice. Give me the rapier attacks and damage.
My rapier, 1d8 plus 3. A 3 plus 3 is 6.
You don't get the plus 3 on the second attack.
Then it is a 3.
All right. So that is a total of 24?
Total of 24.
Gold dame. That is a lot of damage, dude.
So you, with the 1d8 plus 3 normal, you just, whenever it's the second weapon, it doesn't get the plus, added bonus.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, you only get your stats added to the first attack.
Gotcha.
That it.
Damn.
Okay.
How much damage did Carl do? Because that was the one that's fighting me, right?
Yes.
Yes.
And how much damage did Carl do on that attack that landed?
On
On the other one? Do you remember, Carl?
21?
21, yeah.
Nice. Great job, guys.
And could I disengage and dash back then?
Yep, you can disengage only because you already used your move action, but you can disengage.
Okay.
Yeah. That is your
Stay here.
Free action disengage.
Don't leave me.
No, he can't hit you. You're good.
He definitely can hit him for sure.
No, he definitely can't. He's got big buff 12.
Oh, okay.
I'm
I'm gonna matrix.
I see what
I'm gonna
I see
matrix this shit.
You're what?
I'm just gonna bullet time this shit. I'm gonna dodge everything.
That's right. You're going to dodge everything. I'm feeling a bit vulnerable because I only have a 15 class of armor instead of 16 because my fucking cloak is gone because somebody dropped it.
Person who pulled it off their back and then stabbed it. To be fair,
I'm allowed to stab my own cloak.
I'm ready to bite someone.
Alrighty, Call. It is your turn.
And I have advantage against that berserking stance individual.
Yes, you do.
Alright, so that's 6 hit rolls then. First one is 13 plus 5, 18. 14 plus 5, 19.
Okay, so that's 1 attack, so that will hit.
Alright, that's a scythe. And then it's going to be scythe bite. Next one is 17 plus 5.
Okay.
16 plus 5.
You'll hit on the second attack as well.
6 plus 5, 11 for the third hit. And then 19 plus 5 is 24.
All 3 will hit.
Excellent.
Shoom, shoom, shoom.
Whoop! Alright, we've got D12 plus 6.
Yep, just give me all the damage added up together once you're done.
7 damage total from that one. 12. So up to 19 damage total.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bite. Is another 9.
Okay, so what is the total we're looking at here?
Did I say 11 total for the first one?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
I believe it was 19, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. 19 plus 9, 28. That's not bad.
Not bad at all. Yeah, you rend flesh, as it would be, as you basically put a just gigantic slash into their torso, bleeding everywhere, blood just pouring out of their body, and they're in an extreme amount of pain. They're still standing, but they look paler. Nigel. Your turn. Unless you want to do anything else. Call, you want to move or anything?
No. I like to
Okay.
bristle my feathers a little bit and roll my shoulder.
You do so. Nigel, your turn.
You know, when I see someone in the state that guy is over there with the giant gash bleeding and the pale
Looks like
face and
he'll
everything.
steal to me.
Yeah, I really want to pull my dagger out and show I can do this melee stuff as well as you two, but I'll manage to contain myself since I would get stabbed the moment I disengage from this guy that's trying to chop my face off.
You
And
would. Look at you knowing mechanics of D&D.
I'm also pretty sure that when I try to stab the experienced warrior, he will like grab my wrist and knock my dagger on the ground and knock me unconscious. But yeah, we're gonna just try and finish him off with a firebolt while ignoring the guy that's in front of me because I care about my buddy Carl and I want him to come over and kill this guy for me. So,
all right,
we are gonna go D20 and that's a 1 to hit. That's +6 though, so it's a 7 for my.
you do have an advantage on this because they did an ability that gave them advantage on their attacks, but now there is advantage on them until their turn.
True that.
Nice.
Well, thankfully I suck at rolling. 6 + 6, 12. I think that's also.
Both are gonna miss.
Yep.
It's their turn again. The warrior that you're fighting, Call, is going to try to run to the door and escape. He does not want to die. You get an attack of opportunity if you want to attack him.
I would love to attack him. And I'm still with advantage because of the stance he's in? Or no?
No,
Okay.
because it's his turn now. So
4 plus 5 is 9.
okay, you're not able to do it.
But there would be a loud whoosh sound.
There will be. Yeah, he sort of is running his way to the door, the fear of death in his eyes. They desperately want to live. Berserker 2 will square up still against Nigel, feeling healthy, feeling safe. And he will do that ability again. You have a AC of 12, Nigel?
That's right.
Let's go, Nigel. Let's go.
Alright, he is able to hit you. Good job.
Shield!
What's the shield do?
+5 AC until my next turn.
What? It's a reaction too?
It's a reaction, yes.
Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. So that brings it up to a 17.
Yeah. Please tell me that's not
fucking
it.
teen, I think is a
That is
scientific term.
All right. He is able to connect with his attack. However, a sort of a shell of blue energy surrounds you in an instant and shatters away, but deflects the blow.
Oh, could you do me a favor and mark one of my tier 1 spell slots as being used? I don't know why.
Can you just
D&D
not
Beyond's-
click anything? That sucks.
Yeah, I'm trying to refresh it and reopen things and stuff. I
Okay.
don't know why it's not working.
Yeah,
right now.
I clicked it.
I'm logged in. But yeah.
Well, maybe it's just being a little funky. No matter. Yeah, did that for you. No problem.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Mendex, it is your turn.
Bitch. I smack talk him quickly.
Oh, God, you better hope I don't just fucking roll well one time is all I need.
He wants to hit you so
I
badly.
will end Nigel.
Melee combat isn't that hard. Awesome.
Guy's been whining this whole time.
Mendex, your turn. You see the guy, he's kind of run and is out the door.
Do I still have a shot on him with my bow? If I pull my bow out?
you'd have to go outside the door in order to do it.
I kind of want to do that. I don't want him to warn anyone.
Okay. Do whatever you want.
Can I dash for the door?
Mm-hmm.
And as I'm
You can
running...
just move. Yeah,
Okay,
you
can I
move.
just move through the door, and as I am, can I grab the little axe that is sitting in the door?
That will be an action to interact with it.
Oh, so then I wouldn't be able to attack.
Correct. Yeah.
Am I going to be able to attack even if not? Like, can I just have to throw one of the weapons that's in my hand?
Sure. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be able to get my
Improvised
bow
throwing
out
weapon.
in time.
It would be an improvised weapon because they're not specifically made for throwing. There are, special daggers that are created specifically
Right.
for the purpose of being thrown, which these are not. But you can do these things, yes.
Yeah, but so that's my only choice unless I wanted to wait for the next turn, basically, to attack him. Because I wouldn't be able to get my bow and arrow out and then attack.
You could, in theory, so you could sacrifice your movement to get your bow and arrow, and then dash through the door as your free action, and then shoot them, I suppose, would be an action sequence that would work.
Okay, then that's what I'd like to do.
Okay. Consequently, I will also just say this. You can just catch up to him. You could just move and then dash, and you'll be at him if you would like to stab him instead.
Oh, okay, yeah, then I'll just do that. I'd much prefer
all right, fair
stabbing.
enough. Yeah.
Let's just stab.
Okay, you do that. As you run out the door, Ribbons will say, "Are we fighting? Is that what we're doing?" As you're, as he's just been standing out there, and nobody told him the poor plan. He's just been chilling. And you catch up to the guy and give me some attack rolls.
All right. I got an 18 and an 11.
The 18 will hit.
Awesome. That was my dagger, my little sneaky prick got him from behind.
Okay. I don't think you'll have a sneak attack for this one, though. Eh?
I mean, let me see. He's running away. His back is turned. He can't see me.
No, that doesn't count. So, if you have advantage for some reason, you get sneak attack, which you do not. Or if another enemy of the target is within 5 feet, which they're also not. If they're... Yeah, no, so you don't have sneak attack on this. No sneak attack for you.
Fine.
Finally, the one situation in the whole world where the rogue doesn't get sneak attack.
Bullshit. All right, so 1 + 3, so 4.
4 damage. It's crazy how, rogue do 700 damage one turn and then fucking 3 the next turn because they simply don't have one of their mechanics. Yep, you do 3 damage. Back to Call. Call, it's your turn. The guy has successfully run away from you. Mendax has run through there.
So is the other guy in range of me? But that one is not the running person.
Yep, he's in range of you, for sure.
Alright, well then I will hit the one who is accosting Nigel.
Okay, give me some rolls.
Yes.
Let's go for a bite scythe this time.
Okay.
And don't forget to use your plus D4 on the hit if you miss one.
Nat 20 to hit for the first.
Okay.
Is that a crit?
That is indeed a crit, yes. Oh. And you do have advantage on these, but obviously you don't need it for the first one now.
Alright.
That's the best thing you could get.
15 plus 5.
Mm-hmm. You can roll advantage to see if you crit.
And another 20!
Okay, very nice.
Okay, so,
These thick ass rolls.
and then a 19 for the third swing.
Okay.
And then we'll roll again just for another 20. Okay, that's less.
Sure. All right. All of them will hit. 2 of them are crits. The way that we do crits is it is max damage plus an extra weapon roll, essentially. So it's like you get 1 version of that attack where it did all the damage, and then you roll the weapon damage for it again.
Alright, the first one was the bite, and that's a 1d8 plus 3, which I just get the 11 to stop.
Get the 11, and you add a d8 to it, yeah.
So that's 16 from the bite.
Okay.
And then I'm
That's
rolling
very impressive.
the 2 scythes.
Well, the 1 scythe crit, right? So what's the max damage for that?
That's 12.
12 plus 3, yeah?
Sorry. D12 plus 6. So that would be
Okay.
18 just to stop, and then I'm going to roll a D12.
Yep.
And it's a 3.
Okay, so 21 from that.
Okay. And then the final one I hit with a 19, but not a crit.
Correct, so it's just a d12 plus 6.
Great. That's a 9 plus 6 is 15. And I wrote them down this time. You see that?
Good lad.
Excellent.
And give me all that damage.
It's going to be 52.
That's quite a lot. How would you like to kill this individual?
I would like to bite the face and then slash directly diagonal through and then slash again diagonally through, and then he just kind of falls into a clump.
Are you still holding
Sure.
the face in your mouth?
Just the nose.
All right, you bite their face, an agonizing scream from your opponent as their nose is ripped off, and then to end their suffering, you slice them diagonally in half, and before that top side of their corpse can fall, you slice them once again in half into sort of an X pattern. You've now chopped your opponent into 4 pieces, and they slide off of the torso and onto the ground, sort of like that scene from Resident Evil.
Crazy bird.
Super dead. They are super duper dead. Nigel, it's your turn. There is still one guy that is alive, and yeah, what do you want to do?
I mean, I'm just struggling to get past the image of Carl there biting a guy's face off and then announcing to the corpse, "Got your nose!" And it's just, but I'm like, holy crap, dude! Are you taunting a corpse? Yeah, I'm gonna run over after Mendax, and I'm gonna try and set this guy's butt on fire. That's running away.
This has
I don't
never
like this.
ended in tragedy before. Go ahead and give me some rolls.
I can get a clear line of sight. Because like, you know, I shoot not when she's like striking, but when she stabs, he'll probably get a bit of distance. I'll get a clear shot.
Yeah. Sure.
Science. All right. Don't be evil, DM.
Don't roll poorly, Nigel.
15. 9 plus
You
6,
hit.
15.
You do hit.
Okay, fantastic. Oh crap, I already forgot which one's me D10. There we go. 5 sides times 2 is a D10.
Is 10.
I'm good with numbers. That's a 7 and a 1. 8 damage.
All right, that is going to be just enough as a firebolt, sort of a bit of PTSD overtakes you, Mendax, as a firebolt streams almost a little too close to your face. Not enough to singe your hair.
I grab my hair and duck.
You feel a bit
Swept
of
up my
wind
hair.
on the bald spot that you have in the back of your head now.
I speak
The
wind.
the firebolt whooshes past and hits the warrior, hits the bandit in the back. The pain overtaking them and collapsing to the ground in exhaustion, and their heart has stopped. They are dead.
Huzzah!
Fantastic. Well done. You have killed 2 people.
I don't
That you
think any
woke
of
them
us
up in
took any
confusion
damage.
first. Nope.
Okay.
Ribbons walks up. Good job, everyone.
Could I do a quick search of the one that's dead next to me and smoldering?
Yeah, sure. Give me a d20.
Got a 12.
Got in 12, eh? He has 15 gold on him.
Yeah, okay, take that.
Yep.
How are his shoes?
Non-existent.
Why are they all barefoot in here?
It's easier for me.
God
This
damn
is a
it.
kind of take your shoes off before you enter the dungeon kind of place.
All right, on the way out, we need to find the shoe rack so
The
Mendax
shoe
can have
rack,
all of
yeah,
her
where they
wildest
all
dreams fulfilled.
Yep. Yeah. And if somebody wants to loot the other one, they can.
Bless you.
Ooh.
I will check the corpse of the meat pile.
Okay. Yes, great. Go ahead and roll a. Hold on, sorry. Yeah, roll a d10. Sorry. Yeah, d10.
Four.
A 4 will give you 16 gold.
Nice.
Woo!
Very nice.
Fantastic. What would you guys like to do now?
There's a gnome in there ahead. We better hurry up and go make sure he's not doing anything.
Yes, you guys head into the room. As you can see, it's almost like a workshop, like a tinkering kind of area. There's a whole bunch of, looks like a bunch of trash for most of it, but a lot of it is like discarded metal, different sort of chains and links and things like that. On the table itself, there's like a engineer's kind of kit. You've seen dwarves kind of using these before. Mainly gnomes, though. They're normally the sort of engineers of the world. Looks like they were working on some sort of gadget that you can't really make heads or tails of. You don't see him on the table. You actually can tell that he's cowering underneath the chair.
Oh, you're not trying to kill us.
No, certainly not. Are you here to hurt me?
Undecided.
Maybe.
Probably not. I mean, if you don't want to hurt us, and especially if you are here to help us, what are you doing here?
Well, what am I doing here? And he'll kind of crawl out from underneath the chair. You can see there's a chain linked to his foot and is bolted into the ground. It would be surmised to say that he is a prisoner of this place. So I was captured. My caravan was raided by these ne'er-do-wells, and for a fortnight I've been working for them. Savages. Good riddance, I say.
What do they have
like
you
you.
doing?
What's that? Oh, what did they have him doing?
I'm asking him, yeah, like, what do they have you doing?
They were forcing me to work on their sort of traps and different kind of components, trying to fix their armor, fix their gear. All sorts of nonsense that my talents are wasted here.
Interesting.
Carl, do you think you'd be able to set him free?
I was thinking the same thing. Move your leg, bud. And if he gives me a room, I would like to try and chop the chain.
Yeah, he'll try to keep the chain taut so that you can get an easy strike. Give me a strength check.
Right into my mouse. 16.
You're still raging at this point too, so hasn't quite ended. You guys were quick enough because I believe that when you're still raging, strength checks you get advantage on. So there you go.
Oh, great. So 16 plus 3 is 19.
Okay, and advantage means you can roll another d20, maybe roll higher. Not that maybe you necessarily need to.
A 6 this time.
Okay, so we'll take the first one. Yeah, that is going to be enough to cleave through this chain as it snaps, so you sort of are able to shatter it. The gnome now free. Still has the metal and the chain attached to his foot, but he can at least kind of move freely now. Well, I thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
What's your name?
Sniz Wimbledon.
It's good to meet you, Sniz Wimbledon. My name is Carl the Kenku the Barbarian, and this is Mendax and Nigel, my compatriots, and Ribbons, the Goblin.
Well, it is wonderful to meet you all. He has sort of like a almost looks like a monocle, but it like he can almost telescopically zoom it in and out in order to see things much closer up. He's got white hair. His face is a little bit wrinkly. You can tell that he's been kind of, he's not been able to shower and things like that. He looks a bit more grubby than maybe he normally would, a bit more dirty. He's got oil and grease stains on his clothes. He's wearing like a simple apron, and he has little white poofs of hair that are on his the top of his almost bald head that you could think from a distance. But nope, there is hair there.
Sneeze, do you have... Oh, we've encountered a few traps along the way. Well done on those, if those are your creation. I think we've pretty much hit most of the ones over on this side.
And he'll say, well, apparently I didn't do a well enough job. Apparently you're still alive.
It's not your
which
fault.
I'm
We're
grateful
really
for.
good at puzzles. We're just really good at puzzles. Like, exceptionally good. Do you could you actually tell us about any of the other ones? Are there any other traps on the other part?
A good question. He will say, there are only traps on this side of the dungeon in the manner of which you have seen so far. This is the sort of assassin's quarter, if you will. They have all manner of trickery. The other parts of the dungeon are this cavern place. I don't know a very good word for it. Don't have any other traps that I'm aware of. So if there are any there, they've put them in themselves. Maybe the odd locked door or two. There is a bit of an odd machinery that I did not have anything to do with. But I have repaired it. It is a strange red door on the far end of this this cavern system.
Interesting. Did you only repair it from one side, or did you know it's behind the door?
Really, repair is sort of a bold statement. Mainly, I oiled the hinges. I don't know what's behind the door. It has some strange key, sort of mechanism. So these 3 holes that are in the door. Apparently, you need 3 of these objects. You insert them and door opens. I don't know what's behind it. Presumably something of great importance.
Interesting. Also, have you seen a bit of a slime creature? Goes by the name Slorb Gorbson. He's got a lot of things within his slime. Likes to collect armor and people's cloaks.
He's not sure if you're making a joke, so he'll just kind of, no.
Damn it. Okay. Is there anything else you could tell us about the defenses here? We've cleared out this wing so far that we know of.
Well, I should say, there's all manner of treachery in this system. I've seen many different types of characters coming through here. Some that look like, well, you, and he'll point to Nigel. More sophisticated, robed types. Maybe an odd bit of sorcery. And some that look like him. And he'll point to Carl. Not the birds, of course, but more, well, he'll kind of nod his head towards the corpse that you have on the ground. Brutish.
Fighters.
Yeah, yes, fighters. Of course. And then, obviously, as you've seen, there are some sneaky ne'er-do-wells here.
Do you know where the pantry is?
Good heavens, sir, I do not know where the pantry is.
Well, how do they feed you?
I've been locked here. They bring me food.
Oh, is it good?
Just, no.
Oh.
Sneeze, is there anything... I mean, I'm assuming that you're a master tinkerer at this point, like that you're incredibly good with building things. Is there anything that you could make us very quickly from the gadgets here in this room that might help us against more bandits?
He'll kind of puff up a little bit. I suppose, Master Tinker. I do fancy myself a bit of an expert on the matter. And he'll he'll clear his throat. Well, I was working on a bit of engineering, I should say. That I was sort of being commissioned, forced into creating for, I don't know, some odd deviant here. And he'll just a moment. Let me find where I put that tool. He'll kind of rummage through the pile of trash that's over there, pull things, throw things around. Ah, yes, here it is. Quite ingenious, if I say so myself. And he'll hand it over and he'll put it on the table. It looks like a wrist-mounted crossbow that kind of folds in on itself, and you can kind of fire one quick shot as a free action before needing to reload it. And he'll kind of go over the schematics. He'll go really into detail about the springs and the way that it all really works and kind of clicks together. He's very fascinated over the sort of minutia of the tiny details of it. And he'll just keep talking about it if you will.
Just let him.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you literally will not stop.
He talks for another hour about the item and the specs of it.
Yeah, if you want him to.
Well-
This is absolutely incredible. Would you mind very much if I use this to help clear out the rest of these bandits who've kept you chained up here?
And he'll say, "Put the spurs to him," and he'll hand it over to you. He said, "I would rather love well, the forest out there is quite dangerous. I was traveling with a caravan, you see, and even they were destroyed, but it seems you capable adventurers seem to know your way around. A bit more sporting, maybe, than your average Joe. Maybe I could, just..." He's basically asking for, like, can you escort him back through the woods when you leave? Assuming you live.
There's usually space in the sandwich next to Goop.
Yes, you can tag along.
Ah, excellent. I'll wait here. In readying my things.
Okay. You sure you don't want to
wherever
come
you
with
want
us?
me. No, I see more of them. No, you said you cleared out this section, right?
Yes.
For now.
Yeah, well, it should be okay, no, don't you think?
There was some debris that was moved in another room, so something is about.
I think you'd be safer with us if you just stay at the back of the pack, along with Goop. He normally trails behind. You'll be safe. We'll protect you.
And he'll... well...
Or you can hide here, really, whatever you're comfortable with. Just be ready to hide, because there could be bandits returning from outside.
You're the experts on the matter, so I will do what you advise. If you advise me to stay with you, I shall. If you would rather I hide somewhere, I will do that too.
I would like to lean into Mendax and kind of whisper, he could help us open a door or something later on. Might as well just bring him. Could be useful.
True. No, Sniz, I think you might be better off with us at this point. Like they said, there was debris moved. Somebody has come back into this wing and we've not run into them yet. And if we haven't seen them, it means they're probably an assassin, and it means you probably wouldn't see them before they were able to attack you or chain you up again.
Well, I would rather like to avoid that, if possible.
We've also got a cleric here who can raise people from the dead, so even if you go, it's probably not permanent.
What
might hurt,
argument
though.
you have?
It's still probably going to hurt, but
Yeah, Sniz Wimbledon will accompany you. He will basically just be a silent NPC that will do whatever you ask him to, or if you ask him questions, he will try to answer them to the best of his ability.
Perfect.
So you've gained a follower.
Yeah.
Any other immediate questions for him or things you want to do in this room? He is going to sort of set to work on getting the chains off of his foot.
Can we just search the room a bit to see if there's anything else that we can find?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. He sees you searching around. If you're looking for anything of value, I can tell you there's basically nothing there. I've combed through it all several times. But
Are there any shoes?
Shoes, my dear lady. No, there's no shoes.
Pants?
No pants either. This is not the wardrobe room.
You never know. Sometimes clothes end
Is
up
this-
in odd places.
Does your wardrobe room look like this area here now?
Oh, that's so
full of
sweet.
metal?
No, my wardrobe looks like this.
Missing a cloak, but I suppose not that bad.
It's a sore spot.
And
Don't
I think
press
that
it,
is
sir.
a fantastic spot to end this session for the day.
Son of a
Wonderful,
bitch.
wonderful to be back.
And
playing
I
some
stab
D&D.
Sniz for my first movement on the next episode. I'm punching him right in the nose.
Well, I'm glad you survived the slime thing. You only had to pay tribute with your cloak.
I knew I should have just stabbed it to kill it.
He didn't do anything wrong.
He
Storm
jumped on my
Glormson was innocent.
But what
He
if the
was not
wand,
innocent.
the wand
Don't
could
be
be
jumping
so
on women.
good that it could pay for a new cloak and more?
It better be. Otherwise, it's just big, just a stick.
I guarantee this will not be another silver spoon situation. I've been done dirty before, and I will not be done again.
Hey, that silver spoon was important, man.
Yeah.
But anyhow, fantastic session. Glad to be back. Glad to be back wayfaring with all of you. And I think our plan is 2 weeks from now. That's the plan, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be back here for the next session.
Yep.
Wonderful time, everybody. Good
Tune
job
in the next
today.
time the Wayfarers decide to toe the line of TOS on Twitch. Take care of yourselves, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you on the next episode. Take care.
Watch out.